Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Hello. Hi. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. That one's getting a little low. So, I swear I sprout them like mushrooms in my drawers. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. Kitty cat, you want to come say hi while we got the big camera on? Hello. Welcome back. Just a moment ago, you were saying meow. Meow. And I know it's not your food, and I know it's not your water, so I feel like you just want to come hang out up here, because watch your head on that, yeah. Come do it on this side. Up. Hi. Yeah, I know, I got a sweater on my lap. Hi. And by a sweater, I mean a cat bed. Just for you. Morning, Hazel. Good morning. Hello. Hi, Hazel, Miss Kira. Hope you're doing well. I'm pretty good. How are you, Kira? Cat. Hi. Oh, I have reclined my stream deck. You know what happened is I knocked it off my desk recently, and it's fine. It's a perfect. Oh, you good? You good? It's fine. It's a perfectly sturdy piece of hardware, but the stand is also fine. Also a perfectly good piece of plastic, but I haven't put it. I set it up in a very relaxed position. It's on vacation. It's quite flat. I should fix that. I'm going to throw on heirlooms. I'm actually going to do one or two things before I start alt leveling today, but I wanted to just get this character kind of squared away and set up. I threw some approximation of buttons on her bars. We'll see if it's any good. Let me see. Does she have enough heirloom on? She's got enough heirloom on. I'm going to transmog that right back to her gnome heritage because it's too cute and I can't not. Look at that. Come on. Those daggers are self-rotating daggers. I don't know what they're from. I want to say Throne of Thunder, but I don't know. But they're perfect with that transmog. Juicy Snug Bubble, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Hi, morning. You guys are chipper today. How was your Monday, Tuesday? What happened? We got a patch release date, July 11th. The theories were true. That's good. That's coming along. It's like, I know it's not that far away, but it kind of feels like forever. So 2.5 weeks. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I have dinosaur bones. We don't need those. I'm going to log onto my evoker, and I'm just going to stick my nose in the vaults, the Scara vaults, and I'm going to use my anomaly detection, and I'm going to crane my head back, and I'm going to say, any books up there? And then I'm going to hear, coo, coo, it is I, the old god's book, in the form of a pigeon, coo. And then I'll go get it, and then I'll have my meta achievement, so that'll be good. Recently swapped a Shadow, geared him up, having fun in LFR. Oh, nice! Shadow's fun this season. It's I had a good time doing something similar to that too. I have I did yesterday. One of the things I did was I did a LFR Sarkareth kill on my evoker just to do my due diligence at trying to get the legendary. It's not going to be a super high chance in LFR. They said something along the lines of it having a better chance the higher difficulty it is. So. It stands to reason LFR is like the worst chance you can have, but it is still a chance. You know, nothing's going to be as bad as not trying. So I did it, and it was fine. It was Tuesday. We had to run it twice, but that's okay. I did not get anything I did not get the mount, I did not get the legendary. I did get an LFR curio, so I think what I need to do with that, not like necessarily right now, but I just need to find out what slot do I want to get both the Raid Finder Mog for, but then also the normal Mog for? So like maybe chest piece or something? Because I have the normal shoulder Mog. Because if I take that LFR piece, you know, get it, and then upgrade it with enough flight stones, I'll get 2 Mogs for it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this set, and I'm never gonna wear it. It's fine. I just this is not how I get up out of bed and go about my day. So. It's really kind of arbitrary. Let's go to the Forbidden Reach, shall we? Pidge is off. Precisely. Hi, all. Hello. How you guys doing? What else did I do with reset? I did vaults. I took a mace for transmog on this character and then promptly vendored it. I thought about taking a socket, and then I thought, who are you trying to impress? Transmog is forever. Sockets are only for this season. So I took a mace for transmog. My hunter got a cloak, and then my priest got a 2-handed staff. This is a rostrum. I got Drake helmets, so that's something. I did a little bit of Niff and Rep. I've fallen behind. I've gotten kind of lazy about Niff and Rep, but I did enough to get 19, so I'm 1 off. I'm half a renown off of being, you know, the smelly. I'm going this way. That's right. I was heading for the teleport point. That's right. Not fan of new mog from Raid's too goldy for me. The priest set is awesome. I want that. Although I guess I don't want it badly enough to get into Aberrus more than necessary this week. I am thoroughly enjoying my alt leveling vacation from doing endgame stuff. I had a good time doing some alt keys and some. This isn't going to help me. I had a good time doing some alt keys and some alt raids on my alts. That's a lot of saying the word alt. But I don't know about burned out on it, but I'm happy to have a little break to do something different. And then Tragedy of Tragedies. I did not solo shuffle last week, so I did not get a Druid Vault. That's, I'd say, a bummer, but it's not like it was a surprise. I knew I hadn't done it. Monday night came around, and I'm like, I could shuffle, or I could go to bed. Leveling too much to work on Niff and Rep. Yeah, I figure it can kind of happen when it happens. I've really let go of everything Niff and Rep wise in my main, except for doing Researchers Under Fire once a week. Because that'll get you, and then maybe like a couple of world quests. But that'll more or less just get the weekly done. And then doing the weekly gives you more reps, so I figure I'll just kind of limp it along to the finish line that way. It's fine. The Drake helms are actually kind of cool. I went and put them on all of my Drakes just because I'd earned them, and I thought, why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? Protect the noggin, you know? Interested in doing one of the new Warlock races? Yeah! I'm gonna make a Draenei Warlock. Either regular Draenei or Lightforged, depending on which one has a hairstyle that speaks to me. But I will make a Draenei Warlock in 10.1.5. Maybe not right off the top of the patch. We'll see. I might be busy with like the Mega Dungeon and stuff. But at some point, because I have a Warlock already. I have a Gnome Warlock. And boy is, you know, he's iconic. He's irreplaceable. There's mushrooms in here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press the button. I put it on a keybind. So we're looking for a book. But we're looking, there's a book there. That's Opera. That's the Living Book. Those are the two that we don't want. I'm not seeing anything else. That's the Living Book. That's the Opera of the Aspects. They're always way up there. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's not here. Who could have thunk it? Yeah, well. Well, we tried. I'm gonna make Draenei Lock with Green Destruction. Go and I'll kill Jaden. Esteemed boy. Truly irreplaceable. Hope they had Fell Totem Eridar appearances. Yeah, that would be cool. They can totally do it too. They've got the tech to add excessive amounts of things to the loading screens. I'm not even turning in that quest. Okay, all right. Enough of mains. This is not for what we play this week. We've got an experience buff. I have like 8 level 70s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 level 70s, and then 2 that are like 2/3 of the way there. 3/4. I don't know, math. They're both level 67. Both of them are healing spec, and both of them I'm just gonna finish off with a handful of time walking dungeons later in this experience buff event when WoD time walking comes back. So they're parked, they're paused. Ripsy, on the other hand, she's more or less ready to go. Tannerine, thank you very much for the 31-month resub. 31. Wish we had some option to be able to select loading screens. Oh. Yeah, it's a trinket giving me the wings. That is the Screaming Black Dragon scale from Kazara in Aberrus is where you get that. It's a very popular trinket. It's good for a lot of people. Oh, I didn't put on both of my daggers. I put on one of them and not the other one. There we go. And then we want to make sure we're wearing 2 rings, 2 trinkets. The item level is going to suck on these things, but as soon as I hit 61, it'll be fine. You could make an argument for leaving my old gear on a little longer, but whatever, I'm getting rid of it. For cleanliness sake. Clarity, cleanliness, organization. Bye-bye Red Blossom Leak. I'm not hungry. Get out of here. Oh yeah, do I want to buy, I'm going to buy a reagent bag. And then I'm going to take a look at her professions. Because I'm leveling this character via Dragon Isle's questing, I suppose. She's got to go 60 to 70. We don't have a time walking up. I could stick her in, like, regular dungeon queue, but I don't really... My grasp on Assassination Rogue is tenuous at best. I'm gonna build some combo points. I'm gonna spend them. I might have my poisons on. That's about as far as we're gonna go here. So... And I mean, it would be fine for dungeons, but we're just gonna quest it up. Let's go. You know what? Let's go into the auction house. It's right here. Let's walk our little rogue feet in there and buy a simply stitched reagent bag. We'll spend 40 gold. And then I want to make sure, what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, professions. What professions do I have? Engineering, we're dropping that. Blacksmithing. I'm going to keep that because I think, unlearn. I'm going to keep blacksmithing because I think I have like, I don't know, so I did something on it. I have my Cultier and blacksmithing maxed out on this rogue. Don't ask me why, I don't know. So I usually match the armor crafting professions to armor type, but I must have been doing something funky in BFA with this character and with gold making, so whatever. We're going to keep blacksmithing, but I'll drop engineering and pick up mining. And then I guess if I feel like it, I can... I mean, Crinkle... My other gnome melee character is already a blacksmith. I don't know that I need 2 of them. Although I don't know that Crinkle's very good at anything either. Yay, Cracker! Thank you for the 32-month resub. Very much appreciated. Tips for going back to collect Shadowlands Covenant mounts. All the covenants in my main, multiple tunes, 1 for each, overwhelmed. You can totally do them all on your main because you can switch covenants at will with really no penalties. You're not going to lose anything by swapping. So if it feels more orderly to you to do them all in one character, then do that. If it feels more comfy to have one character for each covenant and you're fine to, you know, do the collecting, then there's nothing wrong with that either. That'll save you a little bit of running back to town and being like, oh, I'm in the wrong covenant for this, or like, man, I was trying to get missions for something. If it was me, I would probably do 4 characters, but I'm crazy. And I like having different characters for stuff like that. You can certainly do it on 1 though. Reg Dungeon Queue does well with buff. Yeah. I want to see how fast my leveling turns out to be just, you know, the old-fashioned way. Am I ready to... Oh no, I was gonna get mining. That's right. That's why I was over there. That's what we were doing. Is there any other buttons on my bar that I don't need? I've got pickpocket. That's on my stealth bar. I don't need to have pickpocket on my non-stealth bar. I can kick things. I can pick locks. That's on a weirdly high priority keybind. I guess that's most of what I did with this character with lockpick on her. Have I set myself some Ceravite lockboxes? Oh, my skill's not high enough. That's why I'm carrying those around. She can't figure out how to open it. I don't know. It looks hard. All right. Yeah. Give me mining. At least this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to wear my Nomura gun here into German. Look at all these belts. Look at all the pockets. What do you think she's got in there? Bolts for nothing? Screws? Screwdrivers. Tiny screwdrivers. You never know when you're going to need one of those. I need like a flathead, like a big flathead screwdriver. I have a thing on this and then another one in my elsewhere in my life. Where is it actually? Where do I need? Is it like a plate? Anyway, not relevant. We're gonna head back this way. Winged Guardian is a Pogmat, 10 out of 10. Make sure bleeding, poison to regen energy. I appreciate the support. We're gonna just brute force our way into this though. I'm not super prepared to learn anything today about Rogue. I think I'm just gonna and if it's like really not working, I'll try and figure out an easy workaround. But any and all Rogue advice, well intentioned, probably not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, the best thing I can do for my efficiency here is probably going to be to try and just keep moving and not get too distracted. Think I'll go the crazy Hazel route with multiple tunes. Go alts. More lockpicks. Pockets and pockets of varying lockpicks. Has Midsummer Festival started? Thought it started today. I feel like I'm going crazy. It will begin today at 10 a.m. So for North American servers, you're looking at 45, 46 more minutes. They do that. But you can always check in-game. You can always check your calendar. If you click on the event, it'll have an actual start time. Because sometimes it's not midnight. Sometimes they do like starting at like 10 a.m. server. Or Pacific. I never know because server is Pacific for me. I live on the West Coast and I play on a West Coast server. So it's nice and easy to figure out. We're going to go this way. Am I using random mounts? I am using random mounts. That's why they're all popping up like that. I think I can skip some of these early things, but you know, the quest is a quest is a quest. She's gonna need to do some quests. Doesn't really matter. This way. Follow the arrows. More pockets in the pockets. I like the look of these that they have. They actually have, I'm assuming that's a magnet and not a bolt, because if you needed a flathead screwdriver to open up your pocket, that's just not efficient. I'm assuming it's just an aesthetic flathead thing on the front and then like a little magnet to make it go. But that sounds, it just looks, you know, I like a nice pocket that's got structure, that's not super flat. It's got some room for you to put something into it. Hope you're having a good day. Still no luck in the vault for the book. Nope, nothing. The game doesn't want me to read. Yeah, it'll happen eventually. At least the anomaly detection still works, so I'm really not too upset about it, because it's a very small part of my weekly thing to go in there and be like, book, and then go no book, and then move on with my life. One day there's actually going to be a book there, and I'm not going to be emotionally prepared for that, because everything in my life so far has taught me to believe that there is no such thing as the Old God book in the vaults. And I thought Scroll Hunter was gonna be the hard part of this achievement. Do I not have Leatrix on? Excuse me. I guess I should double check our add-ons actually, because I tend to turn add-ons off on alts. Let's grab DBM just in case it becomes relevant. Let's grab all the, I don't care about all the things right now. We're gonna take, big debuffs, no. Craft sim, no. Details, sure, just in case I end up in a dungeon. I want to find out how badly I'm losing. Leatrix for sure. Anything else is like really important? I like Mount Journal. Plater, yeah, we need Plater. Don't need that. I'll throw rarity on. Rematch and pet scripts just in case I end up wanting to do a pet battle. And then we'll grab weak auras. Where'd pet battle scripts go? There it is. Stabbing works too. I have, I've got a beautiful blue. Oh, is this the Black Dragon Scale? The Rugged Dragon Scale? Rugged Dragon Scale is important. Also, am I out of quests? Oh no, there's Khadgar. Hi. Yeah, what happened? I'm definitely listening. I'm totally not skipping that cutscene. Wait for the Rugged Dragon Scale. This boat is the Rugged Dragon Scale. Woo! Sometimes you have to wait like 5 minutes, and I apparently do not have the patience for that, because I just turn around and I go back into town. I go like shop for white mog that I've definitely already bought. I go to the barber shop. I do anything else. I did not bring my book to the dock. Sometimes I'll fish for nothing really. Do I need a pet? Do I need a pet in my bars? I think so. What kind of a pet would Ripsy have? She's a regular gnome rogue. Her title is currently stylist. Honestly, true. Although, do I have an R title for my partial alliteration? She could be QR, element OP, QR. There's no R titles? At least I can't be, you know, Rover Ripsy. What else would be an R title? Like a cool one. Ringleader? You know. Rock and rolling? Okay, maybe I shouldn't be in charge of coming up with these. Element OP QR. No, there isn't even one after the word the. Alright, if there are R titles, I don't have them. I should be clear. This is just the titles I have. There are more in the game. How many tunes did you level so far? I have 8 70s, and I think I had 4 before, so I'm assuming 4, 60 to 70. Hi, hope you're all doing well. Hello, Love Blindly. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Cyberwolf with a 9-month reset. Thank you very much. Rival. Yeah, that would be a project. Have you seen this cat? I have company today. Hi. I was out a fair amount during my 2 days off, and she was a little upset. She really just wanted to cuddle, and then I would cuddle, and then I would say, okay, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'll come home, I promise. Hi. But she slept in bed with me last night, so I'm making it up to her. Baby. Because of the buff, I have 4 70s. I usually just have 1 max. The Reconciler title for the new quest. I have not done that. Less days off would solve. I had errands, man. You gotta go outside sometimes. I will not bend on this 2 days off a week hill. It's good for me and I'm keeping them. And I will not feel any form of guilt. I'm hungry? No. I mean a little, but we're gonna... Oh, we're waiting. That's right. Why does everyone have a sweet, calm, loving tabby? Mine is out to murder me. Kitties are gonna do their own thing. They all have their own special personalities. I do have a knack for meeting all of the really sweet, fuzzy, cuddly ones, though. I know this is the only cat that I have, but I visit a fair number of cats out in the world, and I've managed to meet quite a few of really, really cuddly ones. Just miss you. Aw, shucks. Aw. I put out a video this time. That was unlike me. I was happy with that. I had to be careful not to just like keep checking on it throughout all my days off, because it's like, just, you put it out, it's done now. Relax. You know, go fishing, run some errands, live your life. Oh, you know what I need now? I need a dragon riding mount for Ripsy. I feel like I always run Slitherdrake now just because it's the best one. I don't know why. Is it because it's new? I don't know why I like that one so much. And then I need to, before I forget, go ahead and, oh, too many. Regret opening that. We need to spend all these, so let's play this super fun game. I pretty much never go Dragon Rider's Initiative because I pretty much never want to aggro things when I land on my mount. And then I mostly always have, there's only one character that doesn't have a gathering profession, so I always end up taking cultivation too. Okay, so that's done. I'm just gonna quest. I'm just gonna do the standard regular quests, side quests, really anything that seems reasonable. From what I've done leveling so far, your best bet is just to try and not get too distracted by the world quest. They do give some experience, and especially when it's just like a dragon race or a rock climbing or something, it feels really useful to do. All right, so there's 2 bleeds, and then we'll envenom, and then maybe like a fan of knives. I suppose I could slice and dice if I'm feeling like really extra. Yeah, why not? Crimson Tempest. Yeah, it'll do. Where's oh, there it is. Okay. And then Thistle 2 is going to give me some energy back. Sure. What is that? Poisoned knife? That shouldn't be there. Let's put this here and this here. What do I want? I want... I'm too short. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, man, I thought I was good enough to do that. I can't double jump. I betcha I can just, if I just like, there we go. Oh, for heaven's sake, I didn't train Dragon Isles mining. I'm leaving. I wonder if I could have gotten it from the ground the whole time. I'm gonna go get that before I forget. Mining is for long people only. Gnome strats. Yeah, I don't think that it actually makes a meaningful difference to your hitbox or your reach or anything like that. I think it's probably just because I was silly and I forgot to come get this. Do I have 100 gold? Kinda. Here we go. More or less. Let's just grab everything. We're going to quest in the Waking Shores for a bit just because I've done these early quests enough to know them. You reach a point where Rathian's doing some stuff with the Jarden, and then I start to lose interest, but the early ones are alright. We'll grab this. I will set my hearth in here for a hot second. I actually don't think you were tall enough. Didn't get the does not require mining message. Maybe nobody's tall enough. Gnomes are the best, and I will hear no words to the contrary. We're gonna do that one. Yeah, okay. I don't remember making this character, but I must have made her some time ago. Is there any feature that shows you the age of a character? Like, is there any like statistics somewhere in the game without an add-on that just shows you the character creation date? Because I'd be very curious to find that out. That would be interesting to me. It might even make me value... It might even cause me to value my older alts a little bit more than just trashing them and making brand new ones. Mage Belden, thank you very much for the 32-month resub. Happy summer vibes to you and Kira. Thank you very much. The first 2 numbers of your item level. Time played, not sure about the creation date. Yeah, I want the creation date. I want to know, like, what year I made a given character. Yeah, I don't think I have very many of my old alts anymore, but, like, Ripsy, I want to say is from... I feel like I've had her since Warlords, but I don't know if that's true or if I'm just imagining things. She was one of the earliest characters to not have... Well, no, I had a tradition of not having Hazel names for a while. What am I doing here? I have like friendly NPC health bars, and it's freaking me out. Hazel, thank you so much. Your Sark guide helped me understand the fight. Get AOTC. Nice! That's fantastic. Look at the gear? What gear? Look at when I dinged level 10, the achievement. Let's see here. Honor level 10, show all 38 results. Level 10 character. Do you know if you got an achievement on day 1? I don't know. I'm gonna check that level 10 achievement. So that was earned in 2015. Presumably on this character in 2015, because if it was in general... Well, it does say level 72, and that's not the case. Because I've been playing a lot longer than that. I don't know, man. Oh well, never mind. I've had her forever. She's existed since before me. Ripsy is eternal, and that'll have to do. How do I get... I'm sure I don't kill her. That can't be right. I mouse over. It says shiny surveyor scope. I don't remember that quest. Pick up another one. Morning, Ripsy the Gnome Road. Hi, how are ya? Ma, you're a tall one. Can't do it. I'm getting too big. That's what's the problem. I'm growing up. I'm getting big and tall, and I just can't do the gnome impression anymore. Shall we head back and do maybe help out some of the people in peril and get a few pieces of ore here? Yeah. Here we go. Doing lots of LFR while watching your videos and raid fights yesterday. Oh, my gear. No. Because I definitely have geared and leveled the character up she hasn't been inactive for the entire time. I definitely geared and played her a little bit in Shadowlands, and I think I did it in BFA. I definitely did it in BFA because she has BFA. She has Cultier and blacksmithing, and I did that during BFA. I'm just curious if she existed before that. That's a rogue only quest? They made those? They're still doing those? All right. I was wondering why I was confused. All right, well, that's just rude. Nobody's that tall. There we go. Excuse me, children. Okay. It feels bad to fight them. They're too cute. They're adorable. What does this button do? Death mark. Well marked. Your garrote, rupture, lethal poisons, duplicate. Oh, it's like a... Oh, I should use that. Well, it's a 2-minute cooldown. Maybe I should spec out of it because I'm not going to use it and I'm wasting what could be a perfectly good passive talent point. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get really distracted by ore. It always seems like such a good idea to be a gathering profession because you get experience for gathering directly. Like I'm getting 3450 experience for a node and, you know, regular leveling, you're getting 10k experience per quest. So it's kind of like if you imagine that you just have endless repeatable quests that are just gather 3 nodes during this event. Anyways, it's really not bad. Saint 14, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Gnome/cheers, my favorite cheer. Curious how good those are. Need things to throw in an air fryer. Oh, chat will have recommendations for you, I'm sure. People like those. My favorite thing was to chop up carrots into little, I don't know, 2-centimeter little chunks, toss them in a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then do those for like 10 minutes, and it would basically make super fast roasted carrots, and I would just serve those like as a side with stuff. Those work out real good. Morphexia, thank you for the 4-month resub. Steal things from other expedition members because you're a meanie. Just because I'm sneaky doesn't mean I should steal. I'm playing the wrong class. What if I'm just sneaking around so that I can be a better wildlife photographer? What if I just want to take pictures of birds? I guess there's quest lines for that too. I saw some big birds on Monday. Sound of a gnome / train in my nightmares. Well, now I have to find out what it is. Do I have dialogue up? Let me see. Dialogue's on. Emote sounds are on. I thought emote sounds were a separate thing. Dialogue, error speech, ambient, in background. Anyway, let's see here. She didn't make any sound. Try again in a second. I must have emote sounds turned off somewhere. Were they bright yellow on TV? Oh, Big Bird? No, but I did have a... Big Bird was one of my favorites because Big Bird just seemed so friendly and not scary. I guess you could... I guess Big Bird could be scary depending on... You know, it is a big bird. How brave you are. I saw ravens. I saw bald eagles. I saw 2 parent bald eagles and then like an older, like a young eagle, but not full feathers yet, but full size. What else? Big heron flew right in front of me. It was beautiful. I was at the beach. Oh yeah, I was trying to make my cheer sound happen because that's how you get to level 70. Dialogue sound on. Emote sound. There we go. I found it. There was a checkbox. I don't know how clearly that came through. I'll turn up stream sound for a second.
Hooray!
That was a different one.
Woohoo!
Kitty, woohoo!
Chugga, 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 woo!
All right, that's quite enough of that. We're gonna turn those off. Oh dear. Hey, welcome back. Are you gonna stay up all day today? If you stay up all day today, then you can be sleeping if I have to go out in the afternoon again. I think I might have to. Do you have drops on? I do have them enabled. Are there any current WoW drops though? I don't know of any, but I could have missed some news. I've just logged on today and have not looked around before. Is it because you had enough or because you think we had enough? Oh, the sounds? I think that was me. I think I'm set. Holy, we've got more. See, this is the problem. You get, what is it? 3, 6, 7, 8 quests. It's too many. We're gonna focus on, let's rescue some people for now. Let's start with that. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Yeah, this is gonna start going a lot better after I can level up just the first time, because that's gonna give me leveling up the first time is gonna give me my heirlooms will scale up quite a bit higher, and I will start doing more damage. I'm gonna stealth because I'm a rogue and I can do that. I'm gonna hop on down here. And then I think I discovered that rare is not like hyper worth it, so I won't worry about that too much. I'm gonna switch these buttons because I'm pretty sure my druid stealth is like shift 3. Okay, that's 2. And then there's just too much ore around here to walk by. I can't walk away. I need it. We might end up needing evasion on a handier keylines. We'll do that. Sub Fun played that a bit in Shadowlands. I do not know. I don't know when I decided that Assassination was my rogue spec, but I've pretty much more or less always played Assassination. One of my alts, maybe sometime I will set up an alt and level as Outlaw and do like a whole pirate transmog and really commit to the bit. But I think the core of it, I mean, I guess all of Rogue is, you know, build combo points and spend them, but the core of Assassination, why have I done that? I've spent all my points to kidney shot an itty bitty little whelp that wasn't really doing a lot much damage. Yeah, I haven't tried subtlety. I don't really know what the plan is with those. Yeah, minimap button bag is nests everything into a fly up menu. I actually don't currently have it enabled. I need to double check, but I thought even the reborn version was kind of not updated or not working anymore, something to that effect. So mine's disabled. It's just that my buttons seem to auto hide, and I don't think I got anything that makes them do that unless Latrix does it. Miss Assassination being competitive. Always preferred the spec. Yeah, it's just nice and straightforward. I like, you know, you build your points like this, and you spend them. Here's your damage spend. Here's your dot spend. Here's your buff spend. Oh yeah, slice and dice. Maybe it is a few too many options. Do I even have? I do have Rupture. I should probably use it. Yeah. Yeah. Why is your Dragonflight button on the minimap glowing? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Who's to say? Maybe it's because I unlocked the Dragonscale Expedition. I've developed a real talent for ignoring notifications on my various screens. You know, sounds, don't hear the sounds. Speaking of which, a Fairy 74, thank you for the 2-month resub. I very much do appreciate it. Yeah, things go blink, blink, blink. I don't really look anymore. They've lost, they do it too much. They've cried wolf a few too many times. I'm putting notifications in timeout. I don't trust them anymore. I don't think they really have news. Oh yeah, one of these guys. Should I overload it? Yeah, let's overload it. And then that apparently spawns a mob. Okay. I didn't know that. I've done a lot more herbalism than I have mining, and I think it shows. Maybe I want like a... I'm ready. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Do it again. He doesn't want to do it again. Do I have... I must have a cooldown of some description. I'll look into it. Because this is going to make me take a dot. And then I'm going to jump into the ocean. Actually, there's actually ocean over here. And... it's not on fire anymore. Spending combo points as outlaw reduces a bunch of your CDs. Yeah, I do kind of want to try it. I might be neurotic enough to wait until I make another rogue, though. Why would I make another rogue? I guess, you know what? I might make another rogue just for the sake of leveling one of these races that I don't have heritage armor on. Like, maybe I would do like a goblin rogue or a worgen rogue or something. Because there's a few races I don't have leveled. Probably not Pandaren, although that would be funny. So we have enough proto-whelps slain. We can stand to do a little bit of this. Let's garrote both of them. And then a little rupture for you. A little rupture for you. Yeah, more or less. Are you one of those people that gets no notifications or that gets all notifications, just ignores them? I am a no notifications kind of person. I will turn them off wherever possible, and then if it's something important, like, you know, email or Discord messages or whatever, I just assume that eventually I'm going to open up the thing and then see things on my own time. What ends up happening is I get almost no notifications, and then when I do get notifications, I either miss them or ignore them. I'm just lucky that my life doesn't really have all that many people waiting on me, so I can kind of get away with being a massive flake. Anything that needs me to be on time, we just schedule in advance. You're not really... No one's getting a hold of me in a hurry unless I was expecting them. Okay, I'm gonna stealth, and I'm assuming they want me to steal. I'm assuming they're asking for thieving if this is a rogue quest, so I do need to be the one to welcome you to the Dragon Isles. Where did the lady I'm supposed to steal from go? Is she walking around?
On my first real assignment, no
I lost her.
What good
shiny
fortune.
scope. I lost her.
Rouse my wares.
I don't like what I've done with my either add-ons or lack thereof. Oh well. I'll come back later. I don't know. I've got too much stuff on my map. What spec are you playing? I'm playing Assassination for now.
Ready to serve.
Tor and Rogue. Tippy hoof everywhere. Rogue that I barely play. Think I need to try all the specs. Not sure how I feel about them. I always think it's worth... Oh, there she is. I always think it's worth having a Rogue just for the sake of... I mean invalid target. Am I supposed to sap her? Okay, fine, I'll read. I'll read. Opportunities abound. Acquire several items. Check around, see if you can grab a few items. I'll cut you in the provisions. So... Invalid for pickpocketing. Invalid for sapping. Am I supposed to like bonk her on the head or something? What's the deal here? I am pickpocketing. It says invalid target. Oh, I probably need to pickpocket her when she has it out? That doesn't make any sense. That's the opposite of, Oh, she puts it on the table. Okay, not pickpocket at all. There we go. I'm thinking, do I need to just grab it and then bonk her on the head with it while she's using it? Excuse me. Yeah, we'll pick making shorts. Made a Maghar rogue. She's my favorite. Looks great in sneaky armor. Bet on you making another rogue to play another spec. Yeah, especially with something like, oh, Outlaw that has like a very specific kind of dress-up sort of class fantasy. Like if I can just be a pirate, and mind you, I also sometimes set up Fury Warriors dual wielding as pirates. But if I can dress somebody up as a pirate, I am 100% going to do that if I have like the extra class RP to go with it. I sometimes dress my characters up as pirates with no justification whatsoever, so that'll be good. Gem supply pack. I picked up his underwear to something. I feel like I shouldn't have that. Seems like that's private.
Welcome
No, this is signing the thing.
And adventure.
Too many.
Only half the fun.
this
We'll sign the
guide.
book.
It shows the
I
embassy's
am,
many amenities.
Who's asking?
If they weren't all in disrepair,
Yeah, well-
that is.
Yeah, who's asking? After everyone's done, I am here.
What a joy it is to see
None of your
new
business.
signatures in the visitors' log.
Yeah, it is loud.
After all
I agree.
these
We're
years.
gonna kill dialogue altogether. We're just gonna turn that right off. My phone lives on Do Not Disturb. Phone hasn't made a noise since 2004. Every once in a blue moon, I'll be actually like expecting a call or expecting a message within like a 1 day time frame or something like that, and then I'll turn it on, or I'll undo Not Disturb it. But otherwise, it's nice if you can get away with it. Maybe you could name her Ripsy. Did you get some fishing in on days off? I went to the beach. I did some rock fishing on Monday. It was a huge, big day. It was a big hike. We were out there fishing for about 8 hours. We did not bring enough food. I thought I was so prepared because the last time we went, we got like not heat stroked, but dehydrated for sure. We did not bring enough water, and it was like a heat wave day that time. And I figured so I like got, you know, like an extra big jug to fill with water and bring. I was all ready. I thought I had done so well, and I forgot. I guess I just didn't pack enough food. I brought PB&Js, but I didn't have any snacks handy because usually we don't bring all the food. We don't eat all the food that we bring. So I figured, well, you know, I don't need to worry too much about, you know, bringing like, I'm not moving here, but we did not eat enough, and it meant the next day, between the huge hike and having just gotten a little too hungry, so tired. I slept through a lot of yesterday. I had a couple errands to go do, and I limped through those, and then I slept a lot. How does your close personal friend Ian get a hold of you for a quick interview? There's actually flashlights, colored flashlights. You get the little cellophane, the colored cellophane. You save it from your Christmas gifts, and then he does little light signals in the sky. And I see them when I'm moon watching. Morning and afternoon. Good morning or afternoon. Ringing off the hook. Birthday. All family birthday wishes. Well, have one more. Happy birthday, Jackson. I hope you have a fantastic day filled with all of the things that you wanted it to be. The old cellophane lights in the night sky trick. I remember, when I was saying that, I remember taping like colored gift wrap cellophane over flashlights, and I'm trying to remember why. What was I accomplishing with that craft? Are arts and crafts mostly just a way to keep children busy while their parents make dinner? What was I doing there? It was fun. One thing that grinds my gears with WoW and NPCs talk over each other. Yeah, I feel that. Passed the certification for my new job. I'm official. Congrats, Nami. That's fantastic. That must be a huge, big relief. Feel good. Why does everyone think I have to accomplish something? Probably made pretty lights. I suppose so. Yeah, you got a good point. That's mostly what I like about the night sky, is I look up and I go, pretty lights. Makes me feel itty bitty bitty. Doesn't need to do anything. Sometimes it's nice to be interested in something or enjoy something and not fully get it and not need to fully get it. I feel that way about ocean life too. Like, I love being at the beach all day because there's a million things to see and they're all so cool. You've got like just being on the shore and just looking in the tide pools and looking in the water. And when you're out there for 8 hours, things are gonna happen and go by and it's all awesome. And I like not fully understanding everything. You know, I like being curious and having a little mystery still there. I think that if I had like a degree then it wouldn't be as much fun. It would just remind me of my exams. Somebody is farming these. Oh, I bet you they're doing it for, here, let's, see if we can, like, tag, actually. I bet they're farming earth elemental stuff. Oh, look at all these boom kits. Look at all these boom kits. So what I need to do is I just need to tag. And then they can basically help me kill my quest mobs here. Because I need another, I need a big batch of primal elementals. I can probably, if I can just tag them, I betcha if I, whatchamacallit, fan of knives early enough, I can probably get away with it. I just need to find the right spot to be. Maybe up on the stairs here, where they're spawning. Because yeah, I have like a second. And then I'll only do this until I have my quest done, and then I'll leave. Developing your creativity. Can't wait till my niece starts doing stuff like that. This is gonna be number 8. I guess when I get where's gonna be number 9? Oh, kitty. Are you getting sleepy? You can go back to bed anytime that you like, my dear. Multi-boxer? Could be a multi-boxer. Could be just probably just a group. People put together farming groups to grind elementals and other things. In Shadowlands, there was a big market for. There was a big like farming NPCs for cloth was a big thing. So people would set up in like Revendreth, and they would farm for Shadowlands cloth. But people just list up groups in the group finder for this kind of thing. I do need to be cautious and see that I don't, like, die. Maybe if I, use a little this. Yeah, because if I drag them over, they'll get toasted. I think for the last 3, I'm gonna just do mobs outside. This is a bit too chaotic for me. When is Kitty not getting sleepy? It's true. She's a kitty cat. She sleeps a lot. What do you get for the elementals? Elementals. You get, rousing earth, I'm assuming. Yeah, I've got 9 rousing earth just from doing my quests, so. But when you can farm them and hyperspawn them like that with a group of people, you can farm them pretty quick. So even if the stuff's not worth a whole lot in low amounts, they can farm big amounts of it over time. So people will just kind of set up camp. Newish to Twitch, your YouTube videos have been so helpful for getting started in WoW. Thanks for all you do. Oh, thanks. Welcome to the stream, Valencia. I hope you have a nice time. Yeah, rousing earth. What's it worth these days? I don't know, something. I have Auctionator, but I've turned TSM off because it was betraying me. I was over it. I was tired. Primal Earth and Core. Oh my gosh, don't tell me I forgot. Primal Molten. Maybe I didn't loot him. I need to go loot Baron Crest Core. Did I just not loot him? Because I was sure I tagged him. I was positive. Oh, I'll camp him out. He'll respawn in a second here, because yeah, he drops the thing I need. I did my nails this morning. And I had a big plan for how it was going to go really smoothly and look really nice. And it went okay. It was a little messy getting cleaned up. I won't show you in super close detail because they're at that stage where they need like another day for the extra polish that's clinging to my skin to like flake off and give up. But I hadn't done a gradient in a long time. And if you said, Hazel, what was the inspiration for your nail polish color? No! Come back! Come back! There we go. I would say, well, nail art inquirer. I was inspired by my water bottle because I have actually a couple of these in different sizes that are like the teal water bottles, and then I did the nails to be pretty much the same thing. I did like a darker teal on the bottom, and then I kind of tried to gradient them into a lighter color on the front, and it looks okay as long as you don't look at it super close. Did I get my core? I did get my core. Okay, we're out of here. You want to know what I started a rewatch of? If not, you should stop reading now. Okay, it's Lost. I have never in my life seen Lost, but I watched a fairly substantial YouTube video from Drew Gooden detailing why the show was like maligned in post and what happened, and not like in the show plot-wise, but with the writer's strike and everything. And it sounds like a pretty cool show, but I'll save that mystery for, you know, maybe I'll be 45 and I'll have a mountain biking accident and I'm gonna be just like stuck in my butt for 2 weeks convalescing, and I'll be like, you know what, this is the time to watch Lost. One more primal elemental. One more. Anyone. You. Have I ever had a customer service job? Friendly, polite way of speaking. Ah, shucks. Kind of. I had a sales floor job. I had a sales floor job at a retail store in my early 20s, late teens for a while, but I've been a hermit for ages. yeah, it was Drew's video. I liked Drew a lot. I wish he would, well, I mean, I guess I'm having a YouTube break right now, but I've watched videos from him on topics that don't interest me in the slightest just because I like the way that he organizes information. Does things for my brain. Balami, thank you for the 4-month resub. What are the odds you take up mountain biking? Not good, but not nothing. I would ride a bike on trails. There are biking trails around here. And I would probably enjoy that as long as I didn't have to ride on the road too far to like get there in either way. Just because, I don't know. I feel like I'd be a bit of a hazard. I feel like I'm a bit of a liability. I would find a way to get myself in, like, you know, smacked by a car door or something like that. Alrighty, now that we're level 61, my heirlooms have jumped up in item level substantially, so I should have a bit of an easier time with mobs. If I just, like, keep clicking the starter build, will it spend my point? Will it spend my point? No? Okay, I'll make my own choices. We're looking for passives. We're looking for passives. Ambush and mutilate. Have a chance to make your next ambush free without stealth. Sure. Yeah, okay. Is it just me, or does this seem like a very small spec tree? I feel like I've played a fair few specs recently, and none of them had a tree this condensed. I'm not saying there's no choice in it, but it seems a little minor. One time broke my clavicle, was stuck at home for 2 months. No money for new games, played Mass Effect 2, Dead Space on repeat. Sometimes that's how you get the absolute most out of games, is when you don't have another choice. I did something like that without the clavicle, thankfully, because that sounds awful. Oof, owie. In my teen years, I had moved into a place and I didn't get internet hooked up for ages. So I couldn't play WoW or anything. And I just played, I had like an installation of Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and I played the daylights out of that. And I had great memories of it, but it turns out when I have access to internet and WoW, Elder Scrolls doesn't hold my interest nearly as well. And it kind of has to be my only option for it to be any good. For me, personally. We're gonna go this way, that's right. Starter build broken. Got more out of Oblivion than WoW. I've gotten a fair amount out of WoW. I don't know if we could compare that. Only time I went achievement hunting. Came to appreciate the achievements. Alright, you're doing things? Yeah. There's a fair bit of RP early on here. Am I allowed to open? No, I need to be level 70 to lockpick those, so. Although I'm pretty sure those are the only 3 lockboxes. Either I started vendoring them, or those are the only ones that I've ever gotten. Yeah, I don't have any mechanomes at 70 either. I used to. Not 70, but I used to have endgame mechanomes. Hi, Hazel. Writing horrible work documents. Need a dose of you today? Hello. I'm here. Every little bit of document is one more piece that's done. That's what I try to remind myself when I have to do something like that. I'm right there with you. I hate it. I hate it. My least favorite thing is when they're really ambiguous about what exactly they want. And then you have to find the document that explains the document. And then that document's kind of ambiguous. And then I feel like it's just me that's having that problem because everybody else seems to get by just fine. All right, they're going to have a little chit-chat. It's weird being mildly caught up in your life. I'm not fully caught up, but I'm a lot more caught up than I have been. And it's a little bit weird because for the longest time I was like, oh, I can't start any new projects. I don't have time for XYZ thing yet because I still need to do this other thing. And that was true for like 2 years. And now I'm just kind of starting to get out from under that pile and I'm kind of looking around being like, oh, hey, I can do things. Should I make muffins? Should I finish my sewing project? I have some curtains I still need to hem. I could whip out the sewing machine. I'll do it. Don't make me. Not true anymore? Less true. Less true than before. I'm starting to swim to the top of that. I'm getting there. I still have to keep at it, but it's getting a little easier. One day I will have that feeling. Pog, as the kids used to say. I know, right? I just kind of thought that my life was always going to be like that. And I'm sure there's always going to be like stressful things that happen that you need to adult and work through. But I'm finding I have more time than I thought I did, which is nice. I can just kind of do things and take my time and be as organized as I want, and they'll get done and it'll be all right and I'll learn something from all of it. Being an adult, or not being an adult, but you know when people say adulting and they mean things like doing, you know, insurance and taxes and mortgages and whatever. And I've discovered that basically everything that has to do with adulting, almost all of it, is either forms and documents or paying somebody. Or forms and documents or paying somebody. Or sometimes the third thing, which is finding out where to get your forms and documents or who you need to pay. And once I broke it down into those components, I won't say it got easier, but it occurred to me that assuming that the savings are in order and I can afford all of those things, that yeah, it's not the end of the world. Health exams also. The scariest thing about health exams for me is usually the forms and documents / paying people. The actual, once I'm actually into an office to see somebody, that's fine. I've found it's just getting it's a lot of forms and documents to get there. Like how you missed working. I mean, that's not, when I'm thinking adulting, I'm thinking of tasks that are expected of you that are not part of your job. Because that's just, you know, you do whatever you gotta do to make your money. Ashley's talking, get a State Farm ad. How are the Hooties coming? Hooties are not coming. Hooties are stationary. Hooties are static. Hooties are losing hope. They're losing their Hootie hope. Do I have that already? I do. When am I gonna do Hooties? I don't know. I've been doing my word search. I've been enjoying that the topics for these, by word search, I mean like not a crossword, like a word find, like a grid of letters where you're finding the list of words in it. And this little book I have of puzzles is very clearly marketed towards a more elderly crowd. And I'm reading like the topics of the puzzles, and you know, there's like 130 whatever, so they gotta really dig deep to find things that connect batches of words, basically. And one of the puzzles was called Here's Johnny, and my first thought was, oh, is this about The Shining? Because that was my first exposure, and really only exposure to that phrase like that, and I was like, is this gonna be a Stephen King thing? Nope. It's about, I'm pretty sure, the Johnny Carson Late Show. He must have said something like that. Maybe that's who the guy in The Shining was quoting, I don't know. but it had words like laughs and icon and questions. That is my first thought as well. Adulted, replaced our broken dishwasher, came today. Nice. The maiden voyage must be a very exciting thing. From The Shining is a reference to Johnny Carson. Yeah, once I figured out that the puzzle was not about The Shining, it occurred to me that maybe the character in The Shining was quoting Johnny Carson, but I don't want to say I'm too young, but I'm a little too young to have any connection to what's going on there. But apparently the crowd that likes these word searches is all about it. Timeline fits. I also know that oxygen therapy doesn't have to slow me down. Yeah, okay, I can take you. I'm starting to think that perhaps getting my DPS character 60 to 70 through questing will be fun, but maybe not as fast as doing the time walking dungeons. I think it was also because in time walking dungeons, I was very much queue up and then just kind of go along for the ride. I didn't have an awful lot of, you know, agency in what was going on next, except for when I was bear tanking for a hot minute. And for this, I really have to, you know, check back in once in a while and think, what's our next quest mob? Where am I going? Who am I? And when I'm streaming and or distracted and or just being me, sometimes that takes a little bit. There's definitely a whelp at the top of this building. And I think I got the one that was at the bottom. Fun but inefficient. So fun? Yeah, fun. I think that there is no way that I'm getting this character to 70 this stream, and I'm okay with that. But I'm making my peace with that right now, because it's just not about to happen. I took a talent point that's going to give me ambush procs, so I should probably, like, have ambush on my bar. So that I can, like, do it. That'll be something. Carson plus animal visits from zookeepers. Fly around doing the world quest you like? I like doing this little batch of quests, plus I have this feeling that if I do it enough times, eventually I won't have to think about it. I will instinctively remember in the core of my being where it is that I'm going and what I'm doing if I do these early ones enough. I'm trying to solidify a leveling route through the Dragon Isles questing, because I'm going to have to do it. Well, have to is a strong word. I'm probably going to do it a number of additional times. Okay, that's fine. Carson was funny. These days, very scripted. Funnily enough, one of the words in the word search was also scripted. Or not scripted, but script was one of the words I had to find in the word find. Not that that's like an authority on what went on in the show. Oh yeah, over here. You know the early cataquest very well? Yeah, maybe. I do like these. I just end up getting a little overwhelmed with too many things going on my map. I think that only having one gathering quest might help me. It's behind, isn't it? I think only having one gathering quest might help me. And then, or gathering profession, because when you have herb and mining, I just can't take myself anywhere. I just completely lose track and I start playing connect the dots. And there's one at the edge of the bridge. Did I not get, I didn't get that one yet. Okay. Do you have anything I can steal? I got 9 silver. Oh yeah, I'm rich. I got another 9 silver. You're not getting that back. That's mine now. Finders keepers. How are we doing? We are... Oh, I suppose I can untrack the Undying Army. That doesn't seem wildly relevant. What else? Oh yeah, I have my weak core on, so it's showing me all of these different places that I can get blacksmithing and mining knowledge. I could probably turn that off. I guess I only just noticed it now. Getting crafting professions, first time crafts could help you level. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll blacksmith a couple things. I don't think I'm gonna get 2 crafting professions and buy mats, but I could see myself blacksmithing a few things from the materials that I'm picking up as I go. Next time I stop in at Valdrakken anyway, that could happen. We are already 61 and a half, so that's something. I think that maybe the move for this as well is to kind of level her until she's out of rested and then park her and wait. I think that might be the thing. Because I have another character as well. I've got another DPS. We have Zell. the other BM hunter, who maybe I should spec marksmanship or something, just because I already leveled BM. I guess it depends on if playing marks for a hot minute offers any appeal to me. Do I care? I kind of just like BM. Star Shallow, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Hack for cranking out the slog levels from 58 to 60. Crafting profession go ham, like 30 to 40 minutes. Oh. Interesting. Especially when cheap mats, like the base, like Ceravite and stuff like that, is really not terribly expensive. You can buy a whole bunch of it with not, yeah, with the proceeds from just one dragon race. Okay, we gotta help the crabs. Done it with tailoring a few times. Yeah, I can see that. I could see that. I have an achievement. I have an accomplishment to share with the class. You'll all be really happy to hear that I finally have a rank 5, or whatever you want to call it, a, you know, golden pentagon, or I don't know what the shape is. Tailoring robe, or pardon me, alchemy robe. I have a rank 5 alchemy robe on my alchemist. I finally have maxed out profession equipment on her. And it's because I finally got enough knowledge points on my priest, who's a tailor, so that I could do it myself, because I didn't really want to talk to anybody. And because Flabby didn't have that. So I finally cranked enough points where I could, with an insight and an inspiration prot, get myself a rank 5 robe. I had a great inspiration chance. I got it on the first try. And it gives me a whopping, it's like 3 extra resourcefulness and crafting speed. It's like a really tiny upgrade. It was not that big of a deal. But, you know, considering how much crafting I was doing, it makes sense to have the best ones. I am in a guild. I don't know that any of them are tailors, though. Not that I know of. I know somebody's a blacksmith. Flabby does the vast majority of the crafting because he's kind of got most of those professions covered. But, yeah. But now I'm a tailor now. I might even, now that I've kind of set myself up to do that, it's not that many additional knowledge points to get myself able to make just like regular pieces of armor. So I'm probably going to keep trying to do profession weeklies on the priest, at least for tailoring, just so that I can, you know, make some crafted pieces. She's as good as she's ever going to get at making the chronocloth and the azure cloth bolt, so that's nice. But yeah, I don't do a whole lot of armor crafting. What are we saying? 5 more wildlife, and then we also need some rampaging waters over here. Seems unlikely nobody's a tailor. We don't have too many people. I mean, I'm sure we don't have too many people that really went in on ranking up. We have quite a few alchemists, actually. But we don't have too many people that went in on ranking up armor crafting, aside from blacksmithing. They aren't in my main, so sometimes I forget them. Yeah, I thought at the beginning of Dragonflight that I was going to have the stamina to do profession weeklies on all kinds of characters and therefore kind of cover all these professions myself. And some people definitely did do that, and now they're sitting on, like, you know, 8 professions or whatever that are fully kitted out with all of their knowledge points. I discovered very quickly that I was going to burn out in a hurry doing more than just one character's worth of professions at a time, so I ground out my alchemy and herb on my main until it was, like, done, pretty much. And now, now that that's done, I'm sort of working a little bit on tailoring and then enchanting, but my enchanting's a mess. I'm good at enchanting Khadgar's Disenchanting Rod, which is a toy that nobody wants. So if you need one on Lightbringer, hit me up. Send a personal crafting order to Inksy and she might get to it. 3 every week, it's rough. Yeah. I'm learning, I guess learning strong. I'm relearning the lesson that I am happiest in WoW if I'm mostly focusing on like one-ish project at a time. Makes me feel a little better, like everything's a little more under control. All 12 of us sending crafting orders now. It's an awesome toy. Khadgar's Disenchanting Rod is a toy that anybody can use that is crafted by enchanting, and what it's going to do is when used on the corpse of a friendly character, Or perhaps an unfriendly character. I don't know. I haven't checked. But when used on the corpse of a friendly character, it will disenchant them with a little casting animation, and turn them into a pile of purple dust. Hilarious in raids. Very, very good. I got my kicks out of it pretty early. Gone insane and been grinding researchers under fire achievements. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you're so brave. I looked at those briefly and I thought, nope. Just getting the pieces to turn in alone seemed miserable. Absolutely miserable. I haven't even done, I need to, well, here's a better question. When am I going to start farming Characta? I think that I have basically the rest of the expansion, because people tend to farm that. People tend to farm rare drop mounts, particularly in the third patch of the expansion. But I think I have, basically, as long as it's currently Dragonflight, there will be some groups listed sometimes. Should I do this world quest while I'm here? What is it going to offer me? Reputation? Perhaps. We've got Soggle Moggle. We got some Gorlocks. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward kill quest. Have to fight the people in the raid for the pieces? Yeah. That sounds no fun. What is this rare? Characta is a rare in the Zerlek caverns that drops a mount, or it can drop a mount. So you'll see people will list groups for it. People will kill it on a bunch of different alts. And the mount, it's one of those, like, under Ray situations. I need one. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello. Hopebreaker was up all the time early Shadowlands. By 9.3 it was never being listed anymore. Maybe, yeah. Thought your stream title said you were tipsy. Would have been fun to see Tipsy Hazel. Oh dear. Tipsy Hazel's very similar to Tired Hazel. And sometimes if I've been up late, you'll get that one. Not recently though. I have been treasuring my early bedtime. I was out by 10 last night. I was so tired. I've learned of what people call a hiking hangover, and it really is true. 10 a.m. Don't be tipsy. Draconian. Up more? How up more? Up more. Ah, all the way up. Okay. 1 p.m. EST. Yeah, it is coffee and water hour. Coming up on green tea hour for me. Oh boy. That's good. I'm gonna meal prep a batch of my black bean burgers today, and I haven't made them in probably over a year. I got really dependent and lazy on like this local brand of plant-based burgers that you just kind of fry up. And I was buying and eating those for like the last year, but they don't carry them or make them anymore. Oh! I have no poison. So, and I really should have been making my own this whole time because it's cheaper and arguably a little bit healthier to do. So I'm sucking it up. I soaked a batch of black turtle beans overnight. I basically, it's not a really complicated process. I basically just will mash them up or chop them up in like the food processor. Just cooked black beans. I'll cook them in the Instant Pot or whatever. With some spices. I like using a bunch of cumin and a bunch of curry powder. And then like an egg to bind it together because I'm not vegan. And then like some breadcrumbs or whatever. And then you just kind of form that into patties and I'll pan fry them. And I can freeze them as well and then pan fry them later. It's not a hard thing, and it's nice to do in a big batch, but I've gotten really lazy. They're good with barbecue sauce. I like my barbecue bean burgers. Yeah, I need to kill a whole bunch of these guys. What is that worth? 9,200 experience? I mean, the practice is priceless. Can I steal from you? You don't have any pockets! I'm double checking. No, it's true, it doesn't have any pockets. He has folds, and those are different. Do they stay juicy? Oh yeah. I mean, I do have them. When I'm preparing them and serve them, I'm doing so with a sauce and a cheese. I'm not serving them dry in a bun. They probably are a bit dry if you try to just do them straight. But yeah, no, they do fine. Maybe my standards are low. Black bean burgers are phenomenal. I also do a chickpea one sometimes, but I think I like the bean ones better. And it's basically just the same process. Cook the thing, and then you mash it up, and then you do the thing. Stick them in your freezer. Whoa. Mix them. Mix them. What do I look like? A mad scientist? I mean, kind of. I buy my black beans and my chickpeas, and basically all my beans. I buy them dry in bulk, so whenever I'm gonna cook any of them, I'm always soaking them, usually overnight if I remember, and then I'll pressure cook them for a while. I guess I could actually do it together. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna soak 2 different kinds of beans, and I'm like, Hazel, you can put them in the same bowl. It really doesn't have to be that hard. Yeah, I guess when I actually make bean chili, I basically just take a bowl, and I take my dry beans of different kinds, and I'll go, and I'll just kind of invent a mix of them, and then soak them for a while, and then just cook them in a chili. So, I am in fact making this too complicated. Like lentil burgers, bulk from the bulk barn. I have not been hitting up the bulk barn. I just buy the biggest bag that I can get at the grocery store. I probably should go to the bulk barn. That's probably a cheaper way to do it. Or I'll buy them in bulk from just like the standard bulk section of a regular grocery store. Walmart's cheaper than the dry beans. Yeah, but then you have to shop at Walmart. I can't be too good for it, but I can sometimes be too not wanting to shop there. I do get stuff there occasionally if they're the only ones that carry it, but I'm at, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't call myself wealthy. I'm definitely saving up as hard as I can to try to buy a house, but if I can spend an extra $1 or $2 and get something at a more local store, I will usually try to do that, just because Walmart reminds me of this Berenstain Bears book I had as a kid about like a big mass grocer that came into town and it put all the local farmers out of business. And I really took that to heart. I was really appalled on behalf of the bears. I couldn't believe they would do Farmer Bear like that. And it just seemed very nasty. And I'm sure that like other grocery stores are not necessarily better, but Walmart in particular became like the figurehead for that sort of behavior in my brain. Miss stores like Walmart and Target, veritable wonderland for 11-year-old me. How many else have I leveled? I want to say 4 to 70. That sounds approximately true. This would be number, because I have 8 now, and I'm pretty sure I had 4 before. I had Priest, Warrior, Druid, and Evoker at 70 previous to the event. Owie, my health. This world quest is not a good use of my time. Oh well. Public enemy number 1. Have to shop there occasionally. Yeah, I get it. I can't be too much. I can't be on a high horse either. I make a lot of my money from Amazon via Twitch. You know, the place where we are. So, and it's not like they're wildly better. I can't. I hope there are good warriors in the battle of ethics and consumerism, but I cannot be on the forefront of that on the battle. But more that I just don't like being in Walmart. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Sometimes I am uncomfortable in stores that have like really big, obvious loss prevention surveillance, just because. And I'm like, I get why, and I understand that. I'm just really paranoid that somebody is going to think that I'm shoplifting. I'm never shoplifting, but I don't want anybody to think that I will. So I'll go out of my way to like not carry any suspicious bags or like, I don't know. I don't know what things I can do to help put an LP officer's heart to rest, but I do my very best. I always will get like a receipt, like a printed receipt if I'm self-checking it. So if anybody wants to look at it, I can be like, here are my things and here's my receipt. I paid for it, I promise. Because, you know, I shop at these places all the time. I live nearby. The last thing I want to do is have a place that I'm like uncomfortable to go in because somebody thought that I took something. That might be an overkill paranoia, but that is in fact how I live. crab dinner. I saw so many cute crabs at the beach. There's big crabs and little crabs and medium crabs. There are crabs that you could see underwater just where the tide was under, and they would be sitting on little drop-offs like they were looking off a balcony. There was crabs that were unlucky that got picked up by the seagulls, brought up onto the rocks, and then had for a snack. There was I was crouched up on a rock fishing, and I was looking down at the rocks around me. And I was looking in this little crevice, and I saw what looked like a rock with an eyeball on it. And I looked at it a little closer, and then I see that it has a claw. And then I'm pretty sure this crab made eye contact with me. I'm pretty sure it looked right back at me, recognized that I was looking at it, and went, "Don't even think about it." And it was just like one of those itty-bitty little ones. And he was just waiting out the tide. And I thought, "Don't worry, bud. I won't rat you out. I'm not here to eat you. You're just a little guy." Probably just end up looking more suspicious. Yeah, I'm sure. But as long as I figure as long as I A, pay for things, and B, have the receipt, I don't mind if somebody stops me and wants to look through stuff. I'm always mortified if anything ever sets off the magnet at the door. I will wait until somebody can come through and verify that I have in fact not stolen anyone. Before Google Maps, when everyone used MapQuest. Oh, stopped at the gas station, thought the maps were free. Oh no! Yeah. I feel like sometimes they are. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I used to work in a gas station, and I feel like we had maps that were free. That, you know, people would be like, "Hey, you got a map, I'm lost." And I'd be like, "Yep, there you go. You are here. Good luck." They usually had good stories. Oh, it's the same people. I was wondering why I killed those last time. Okay. How am I doing? We're almost at leveled up again. As much as it seems like I've been forever stalled over here, we are almost leveled once more. Plus, I don't have to kill 15 extra. I don't have to kill 15 extra of these guys. I can just loot a bunch of shells and do the bosses one more time. When those thingies go off, just walk faster. There we go. Talent point. Anything good? Oh, they want me to take a deeper stratagem. Sure, yeah. See if I can pick up my pace a little bit. Not that it's that big of a deal. My plater is set up in such a way where I'm pretty sure I'm not seeing combo points. Like, I have them underneath my character frame, and that's where I'm checking them, but I don't see them on my targets, and it's thrown me off a tiny bit. I'm used to having them under the name. I could probably adjust that really easy. If I go combo points. Show on personal bar, background amount, anchor to top. It should be showing them, actually. Oh, that's probably over the nameplate. Let me see. I don't know. I don't see him. I don't see him over here. I see him down here. It's fine. I guess if I already have him somewhere, I should just get used to checking there. Midsummer Fire Festival is live. Nice. Oh, I should go get a buff, eh? I should go get an experience buff. Because I don't have enough experience buffs, clearly. Oh, no. Let's do Sago Model. I wonder if there's anything new this year. I'm guessing not, but maybe. One day I was at Superstore. Some person stops near the self-checkouts, announcing that the stuff they were stealing belonged to them. Hello, everybody. This is mine now. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Yeah, I should go get a... Oh, it's been up for half an hour. I should go get an experience buff. I wonder if it stacks. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Maybe what I'll do is I will... Do I have a Stormwind teleport cloak in this character? I do. I have a baby one. I think I'm gonna get a bunch of quests ready to turn in, and then not turn them in. Does that sound like a good idea? Maybe I'll just walk the duckling back to camp. I know you can fly it, but I had some troubles with it last time, so I'm gonna try and walk it on the ground. Experience buff? I think, anyways. Am I wrong? There is a buff you can get for dancing around the pole at Midsummer, and I thought it was an experience and rep buff. I could be mistaken. But I'm going to check it out anyways. Like 10%? Yeah. Happy solstice, everybody. Happy solstice. Now that it's been a little while, if someone was considering shaving their head, would you recommend anything you wish you knew? I think if somebody is considering it and they know in their heart that that's what they want, I would recommend listening to the voice inside of you because you can trust that. That's you. Anything I wish I knew? I mean, I am glad I had a hat handy for when I was cold early, but I got cold when I had hair, so I wore hats anyways. You know, be careful if you are shaving at home that you have a plan for how you're going to clean up your hair trimmings, because if you have to do it inside, it's totally possible you could just do it in the shower. I have a towel that I can lean over that gathers it all up nicely, but if your hair trimmings get away from you and they get into your laundry or clothes or something, you're going to be picking them out of your clothes for years. So careful with that. Oh, and people will occasionally ask about it, but I guess it depends on who you know and how bold they are. I get asked about it more online than in person, but it is a million times easier. It's like I gave up a job of caring for a really fussy dog that doesn't love me that used to live on my head. I'm gonna fire festival myself, and I'm also gonna take a real short break, I think. So I'm gonna stick myself in Stormwind, and I will be right back. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let it fall on the black bathroom floor. Use a dustpan brush to sweep it up. I had one time that I got a bunch of trimmings into my clothes, and like all of my sweatpants were like really itchy. Not forever, mind you, but for like a couple of washes, and I was like rolling them out and picking them out. But it was just the one time that I was not very careful, and I got hair everywhere. And then I forgot that I had thrown my stuff in the laundry, and then I did regular laundry. I kind of made all the mistakes, and that's how we learn. Idle times like this make me miss the fish cam. Yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe not. I feel like having fish online is kind of bad luck. I mean, I pretty much just want to do this. There we go. Yeah, so you get 10% extra experience just from killing monsters, which is also what rested buffs. And then Winds of Sanctuary is just a general 50%. So this will be good. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I mean, it is good experience actually if you can do it. Maybe I'll give it a go. Am I not getting? There we go. Do I have to dance? I used to be able to just like stand and spin. 33. No, they want me to dance. See if I can do this without getting dizzy. Stack the buff on alts that you plan to level one day. Still have the buff on some alts from last year. Oh. I feel like an hour is not going to last me super long. Something though. Alright, let me pick up... Here, what is this one? The torch. Yeah, this one's fine. Let me throw this in a bar. What are we saying? These arrows suck. Do I have any credit at all? I don't know, I can't tell. I must be looking at this at like a really weird angle. I'm guessing. No, I didn't do it. Take these torches, run near the bonfire. See braziers with markers flashing. Okay. I don't remember this being this awful last year. I used to do this all the time. I must be fundamentally misunderstanding something because I haven't done this in so many years. Because I feel like I should have hit A by now. The place where they stand is wrong. Game is bugged. Okay. Yeah, they've put them in a weird spot. I'm gonna not worry about that. We're gonna leave that alone. Never mind. Take me back to where I'm from. I'm pretty sure I said a hearth. Where is it in Orgrimmar? That's a good question. Might be out front of the whole city. Kitty cat, you're back. You want to come hang out with me? You can come sit with me if you like. Oh, did I sell something? Oh, I sold some Motes of Harmony. I must have picked those up, not from time walking actually, but I must have picked those up from when I was doing Timeless Isle bonus roll farming when we were after the oh, whatchamacallits, the bonus rolls for like Shaw of Anger and stuff. Okay, so they have the shells. I killed that boss. I need to kill, I just need to collect shells actually. There we go. So we can pick them up from mobs or we can loot them. Oh, I can loot them while stealth. It doesn't actually knock me into stealth. That's good to know. That's probably, yeah, faster. What is your other XP boost? I have one from the Diablo 4 event. One is Winds of Sanctuary, and the other one is the Midsummer buff. And then you could say a third one is Rested Experience, but that might be being generous. All of those buffs were still level 62. Oh yeah, I'm not in war mode. I do level in war mode when I'm not streaming, and I've honestly never had a problem with it on the stream. But just for my own sanity, I just kind of tend to leave it off. War mode does also help though, for sure. And it's really nice below level 70 because you're gonna be in chromie time and you won't even encounter other max level characters. Yeah, the Diablo buff is up. You don't have to do anything to get it. It's just active in the game until July 11th. The first part of the Diablo event is over, so the cosmetics that we're dropping from the treasure goblins, that's done now. That's finished. But the experience buff is up, and you don't even have to go pick it up or anything. It's just there. It's just automatic. Chance Plays Games, thanks for the 2-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Hope you're doing good. I hope your family visiting last week went well. See it now? Thanks, yeah. Can't do war mode. Usually for leveling, I mean, sometimes things happen, but most of the time war mode activity is concentrated around places where people are actually competing over stuff. Most of the time. I like having my brain organized in such a way where it's like, well, if I wanted to PvP, I would turn it on, and I don't want to PvP, so I'm gonna turn it off. It's like, that's what the option's for. I don't like the idea that I'm kind of, not abusing it, but, you know, I'm hoping to get away with something by trying to use the experience buff that they use to bribe you into it without actually having to PvP. I understand it works that way, but it just feels, I don't know, it feels cheesy. I'm nothing if not a absolute goody two-shoes. No off-label usage, right? And it's not like I'm that uptight in all places in my life, but I guess in this one. Turned on war mode, did PvP world quest for like 3 months for the malicious type. Upset that I missed the Hearthstone. Aw, that really sucks. I forget what they gave it from the first time. They don't do Diablo events all that often, but they have done them before. And this most recent one that we had repeated a lot of the rewards that were available from the earlier promos. So I won't say that it'll definitely come back, but it wouldn't be unprecedented for these things to become available again one day. It just might not be until there's another Diablo game released in 10 years. All right. $18-hour drive back in my house now. Oh, that's long. Oh. Thankfully, someone traded me the minion before it died. Mount I had from the original promo back in Mop. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was glad that I had the mount already because it sounded like for some people, the mount was quite difficult. Like, I know it was available, but it sounded like it was quite rare. Like, it wasn't really readily dropping for people. Strange. I kind of want to go, you know what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to go do, I want to go to Valdrakken and I want to see if I can like blacksmith some stuff for some experience. I know I should save that for later, especially while I currently, you know what, I have an experience buff on right now. I should just keep it. We should just kill things while we have the Midsummer buff up that we went and got. But I haven't gotten any leveling experience from crafting lately, and I want to try it again. I want to see how good it is. Especially with like a general XP buff, you know? So that is a Ceravite deposit somewhere. Is it here? It is here. Haha. 1 8-hour drive? Don't know why I used the number 1. That's still a really long time. That's still excessive. 18 would be very far though. That's driving to Hawaii. Joined a normal one-shot pug. Everyone's like 380. Oh, good luck. I mean, it's early in the week. It could happen. You never know. How has your guys's, generally speaking, experience been so far in LFR Sarkareth, if you've done that yet? Also, this is an elite, and I don't love my odds. I'm curious as to how your runs have been so far. This one is not an elite. So I like my chances better, although it still kind of hurts. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I might need to use some of those rogue runaway buttons. Nope. Never mind. I think I was just there for a note. I think I just wanted to mine a thing. That was a mistake. I'm getting out of here. One-shot him? One-shot and a two-shot? Nice. LFR Sark harder than normal 100%. Pug I did yesterday, one-shot at a normal, pretty easy. One-shot main, two-shot in air. Yeah, I found that the thing, like the first poll that we had, a lot of people did not clear their debuffs, but we could kind of sort of almost heal through it, like with cooldowns. I just kind of used a rewind and we more or less, it was fine. And then the other problem was later in the fight, people kept getting clipped by the Void Slash and then exploding because they wouldn't die to the dots. So that was a problem, but it also, again, it wasn't a one-shot. So as long as the healing was up, and I was in fact healing, as long as everybody's health was high enough and they had the health pools to kind of take it, I could fix it given a little bit of time. So we ended up taking 2 pulls, so we had 1 determ stack when we killed it. And that was when I went to my main meat grinder. Is that the best weapon for grinding meat? I guess I wouldn't know. Owie. LFR is so fun. Love the drama. After we wiped the first time, I thought about it for a second, and then I just tabbed right out of raid chat. I figured they're gonna figure this out amongst themselves, and I am not prepared to read them in the process of doing that. Many things in life will sometimes stress me out, and one of them is when a pack of people plays the who's to blame game. It wasn't me, that wasn't it, surely it was this thing. You guys need to do that. If only this had happened, then that wouldn't have happened. Well, no, I definitely did that. It was definitely this thing. You're wrong. You're silly. You smell like cheese. You know, like, there's only so many times you can read it. I am so confused by how many things are on my map. I have 3 overlapping thingies. There's some ceravite that sounds kind of yummy. That one's on fire. Let's go talk to Rathian and see how he feels. Hi. Any good? Anything decent? Anything I can loot without getting myself into massive trouble? You're just one hornswog. Still a lot of health. At least it's not the gun fight where it's impossible in LFR. Yeah, it did feel doable. It did feel like a lot of the mistakes were survivable. Raid team and I are hoping to clear 8 or 9 heroic tonight. Spend all of raid on Sunday on Sark. Nice. Wish you the best of luck with it. I bet you got it. I bet you got it. I think we are probably going to end up raiding, not tonight, but tomorrow night. Which is good, because I might have to be out tonight running an errand anyways. Okay. You want a band-aid, and then one of you's gonna want a band-aid? Jesus, the best food. There is a somewhat substantial portion of my grocery budget that goes to making sure that I have cheese. I'm sure I could live without it, but it would take some real thinking. It would take some doing. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I am cheese-powered, but it's, no. It's part of the equation. Cheesecake. Ooh. I'm gonna make some muffins. I still have some Nanaimo bars in my freezer, so I don't need any more dessert just yet. I was gonna bake on my day off yesterday, but I was super tired and also totally out of eggs, so... Figured I would give up. Cheese enhanced. Yeah, but she's enhanced creature. How are we doing? We are 62 and a bit. We're making some progress. Also, did I spend my talent points? I did spend my talent points. It's knowledge points they want me to spend. I must have 25 mining. Yeah, I just got 25 mining, that's why. Early gathering profession points are super easy because you just dunk them into the one that's going to give you gathering well mounted. So yeah, you stick me in this one. Yes, please. Easy. skip clearing normal. However many heroics we can get down. 6 plus 9 and 3 normal ones. Yeah. That sounds reasonable. Trying to learn gear and learn Holy Priest to flex for raid. There's so many buttons. It looks fun though. They've got some cool toys to play with. Going straight for heroic. I've gotten rusty. I've been retired on my evoker recently. I'm gonna have to sit up straight and read my buttons again to figure out what I'm doing for tomorrow night or whenever. We still have yet to re-clear Heroic Sarkareth. The first week we didn't try, and then the second week we tried and didn't succeed. So we still have cleared it just the one time and not again since. Both myself and the other evoker in raid have yet to get our legendary. We're doing our best. We both did LFR this week, no luck. We did normal last week, no luck. All the buttons look and sound the same to me, just need practice. You guys tried? We tried. Ghost tanked. Ghost and Chico did the tanking, and it was fine. We found Sarkareth to be kind of a mess just because there's just, I don't think we realized how much Alar was doing for everybody. The first time the Infinite Duress came out, the debuff that knocks everybody back when it's dispelled, we had all completely forgotten about it. And I'm like looking at the bars and like, oh, hey, there's a debuff. What do I, oh, and like it was on Enter, and they Cloak of Shadows it off. It was on a rogue, they cloaked it off. And then 3 people got boofed off to their death. It was hilarious. And then we remembered that, oh yeah, somebody has to count that down. Oops, daisy do. Yikes. We got it kind of sort of close, but it's just a mess. We need Alar. Infinite Duress makes the fight so much more chaotic. Yeah, there's just, it's not that it's a wildly hard mechanic. It's just that it's a hard mechanic on top of everything else that is already going on. It has a tendency, you gotta really make sure that you're finding the right spot to deal with it so that you don't get people into trouble with like a tank explosion or, you know, any number of other things that could be happening at the same time. And there are times you can't miss them. You can't miss your windows. That's a lot of, oh, I have water. I can just throw one of those guys. Sark fight is a whole mess in 3 acts, though. Gotta go raid. Have a great day. Have a great raid, Asperry. I did check for the book. I did it on the top of the stream. No book. It's always next week. Have no fear, you didn't miss it. Hey, 30 seconds. Yeah, okay. Hit 20, renown 20 with the Niffin. Nice. Congratulations on being smelly. And I help. I suppose I have to actually do something. Would you say on average that assassination is known more for single target or AoE? I clearly have buttons for both, but I'm just kind of curious. I know some specs seem to really shine in one or the other. And I don't know what the assassination reputation is. Ponzo's hat goes with literally every mug. Didn't realize. I'm not sure if it's a thing for sure or not, but just check the Discord. There's a poll in there. Now you can start saving resources to convert to boulders. Oh yeah. I didn't realize that his hat wouldn't appear on his vendor until I started like until I went through the bartering dialogue with him. I had just I had never done that, I guess. I did it yesterday. I had to barter with him for his hat before he would hold firm at 249 boulders. Now, I also for a second thought I needed to check every door. I thought that my anomaly detection was no longer working after the patch, but it turns out I just didn't have any books that week that I checked, I guess. Or something, or I just didn't look for them correctly. It does still work. Okay. What do I want round 20 with the Niffin for? I want to be able to convert my resources into barter boulders not necessarily for the hat, but for the mount and the pet. I haven't even really been doing the bartering boulder weekly. I probably should, but I've been quite lazy. I haven't really been doing the barter boulder weekly. But I do want to get like the boulder hauler. And then I believe Thimble Rig is the name of the companion pet. I don't think I have that yet either. But I have the patterns more or less that I wanted to get for crafting. It was pretty much just the Dracathis transmute for me. Midsummer Festival. Apparently I didn't do any flames since Draenor. I will check at some point today and see if Wowhead will tell me if there's anything new from the Fire Festival. I'm guessing nothing new this year, but I haven't confirmed. I did not look in the vendors or anything. Maybe some fires. Said there's a toy. Oh, let me take a look. I like toys. Depending. Midsummer Fire Festival is now live. Flamin' Ring of Flashiness is available for 500 Burning Blossom from festival vendors. This year, Frostlord Ahoon drops item level 385 items. Wow. Flamin' Ring of Flashiness, 500 blossoms. So, my best bet. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could go on a fire tour. I could do that instead of leveling. Yeah. Here. I'm gonna go to the Life Shrine. And then I'm also gonna go to Valdrakken. But I could take this all, and I could run her all around and do the hokey pokey. And I could get, oh, for heaven's sake. I could run her all around, do the hokey pokey, and get a bunch of blossoms. 500 seems like a lot. Love the tour leveling. Fire tour would give some XP. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I would do it on the rogue and not on like my evoker or anything like that, because it's just a toy. It'll go to the account. Yeah. The question is how much experience, but I don't know. We'll find it. Tempted to do the dragon race on my way by. Those are always good. As far as I can tell the experience boost stack, you can certainly get them all at once. I'm going to fly past these notes. I don't need them. I haven't gone and personally checked to see that I was getting more, but I assume so. Mining, potential blacksmithing, fire tour. Yeah, I'm feeling decent about this. We're going to turn in the salt, because that's going to give me a quest worth of experience. I'm going to pick up a flight path. So yeah, I'm turning in my salt. And then I'm going to skip the Artisans Consortium questline. I'm going to get 3 free dragon charts and knowledge, which we like. I'll come back to that dragon racing quest later. Hi, kitty cat. Do you have a problem with burnout when it comes to leveling alts to end up at endgame content quickly? Right now, I'm kind of just enjoying getting them to 70 with the buff, and then I think the way I'm avoiding burnout is when they're at 70, I'm doing nothing to them. I'm not even sending them any gear. I'm getting them to 70, and I'm parking them in Valdrakken with whatever they were wearing when they dinged. So I figure, you know, once I'm kind of done all of them, then I can go dig into my stashes of alt gearing and like greens and stuff, and I can divvy out stuff and figure out what if anything, I want to do on them. But the leveling itself, I think, doesn't burn me out. It would be trying to get them all geared that would stress me out if I tried to do that. I haven't really been picking. Sometimes I'll randomize dragons. Maybe I'll do that for this lady. Maybe I'll go take her to the rostrum and pick a drake and then press the randomize button until it comes up with something cool. So yeah, we're gonna set this in our home. I want to turn on probably Handy Notes Fire Festival or Candy Buckets. Either one works. Handy Notes. I bet you I need to go install it. Handy Notes, and then let's go get it. Chris Forge. Ledge Guy, easy XP for sure. I don't have the patience. I did Ledge Guy once on my main, like during launch. I have not been back since. I'm pretty sure that the Forbidden Reach people wanted me to go talk to him about something, and I don't think I did that either. Let's make sure we got handy notes and Summer Festival on. Okay. Oh. Is it safe to say... Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna worry about blacksmithing later. Yeah, you can turn on, you can get a module for basically all of the holidays. Handy Notes will have one for, and then it'll mark them on your map. You could also do it with candy buckets, if you wanted an add-on that doesn't do all that. But if you already had Handy Notes, you may as well. Basically the same thing. I'm gonna get the best flying mount. What is that? What is this character's best flying mount? Maybe something from Mechagon? Mechagon. I could ride around on the Wonder Wing. I could ride around on the Scrap Forged Mecha Spider. The Mechano... Yeah, the Peacekeeper maybe. Or the Aerial Unit. Because this flies. Nowadays, this one flies. Still looks a little funny, but it gets the job done. Finally got my Seething Slug. Congratulations. Are you going to try and farm at the new Drake skin off Sark? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to farm my Evoker Legendary off of Sarkareth. And if I happen to get my Drake skin along the way, then that's excellent. If not, then tough nuggets. I don't think I'm gonna keep doing it past that point. I might not even do it. Well, am I not gonna need... I think I'm gonna need to have my I'm gonna need that legendary for something. It's gonna be real silly if I don't get it. Speak to a Master Fire Eater in any capital. And then... Did I not just... I mean, I guess I'll go turn it in. I'm pretty sure that's just going to pick me up. Never seen the flying animation? They added it in. It was not always like that. When the mount first came out, it could not fly. They patched it in at some point. Currently waiting patiently for the TLPD. No point in returning the Forbidden Reach now. Use Group Finder, but there's so much other stuff to do. Yeah. I'd say that if there's like a specific achievement, like if you're still working on Scroll Hunter or you still need keys for something, it's probably worth getting into one of those Group Finder groups just so that you... Yeah, I'm not Torch Dawson. Not until they scooch those to where they belong. I'm going to put my blossoms on a bar so that I can just keep track of how many I have. I have 5. Only 495 left to go. We can... I feel like I didn't get any for honoring the flame. Maybe I didn't do it right. Are you supposed to click on it? Hi, Hazel. How are you? Hello, Anderson. I'm good. How are you doing? I heard that Horde's fire throwing was working better, but mine was not. The arrows weren't in the right spot. And even when I was trying to, like, approximate where they should be, I still wasn't getting any credit, so I've given up on that for now. Do the legendaries have version differences? That's a good question. I actually don't know. I don't know. My instinct is that I don't think so, but I could be completely wrong on that. Because it's not the actual piece of gear that drops. So here's a fire. Yeah, I think I already turned in as much as I was going to be able to. It's not actually a piece of gear that drops. It's an item that you then go and get repaired and crafted, and like you do a quest line or something. But I could be totally wrong. I do not have one. I have not been the person to make the sound of roaring triumph as Nessero is reformed atop the seat of the aspects. Strange to me that summer technically starts today, but the days slowly get shorter and shorter from here. Oh, I forgot that was going to happen. I love the long days so much that I get so sad when they go away. I know it's going to take like half a year for them to get short again. And hopefully by then I don't know, excited about something that's not related to daylight hours. But it's so nice right now. Like you can wake up early and it's not dark out. You know, I appreciate that. Visit the Arctic in the summer, you'll be cured. Yeah, that's probably true. I think that might be too much for me. I've been enjoying getting up a bit earlier in the morning. And I'm sure I can continue to enjoy that when the days are shorter, but getting up before the sun just reminds me of being in school and having to do it and being just cold and miserable. And you eat your cold breakfast, you know, all alone in the dark kitchen, and then you take your backpack and your dread and you go wait by the road in the cold rain in the dark for the bus that you hope doesn't hit you when it's pulling up. All right, so there we go. 10 blossoms. Yeah, we're doing stuff. Ay, it's all a bit grim. You can farm in an LFR. The drop chance will be lower. They said that the drop chance is higher on higher difficulties, so Mythic will be your best, followed by Heroic, then Normal, then LFR. But I don't know actually what the numbers are like. I do know that when I went in and did it on LFR, that there was plenty of evokers in that group. Terrifying story about a bus. Yeah, it was a rural road without a sidewalk as well, so you were just kind of waiting on the shoulder by the woods. And it was very dark because there were no streetlights really. As far as I know, it was fine. The bus drivers were good, so they didn't take anybody out. You just had to dodge like logging trucks and stuff. But, you know, I made it. I grew up. Here I am. Woo! I got all my fingers and toes and everything. Machine Spider Man is from Mechagon. This particular one drops from the Mechagon Mega Dungeon, but there's another color of it that you can get from a quest. There's another color that you can get from a quest just on the thing. There is one new toy for Firefest this year. Thus, my alt leveling Burning Blossom Gathering tour. I want to see with my own eyes how much of a level I get for this. I think that the offensive flames, the desecrating fire is more valuable. So once we get into the hostile ones, those should be better. Road to School was like that. Dodging cars in the dark and a windy road. Lots of blind spots. Yeah. Makes you street smart. Or something. Yeah, some experience. 7,000. So that's like 2 herbs worth for a friendly fire. And then I'm assuming it's going to be more for an enemy one. We'll see. What is it? I don't know, actually. I'm going to find out. It's called... Hang on. I had this pulled up. Wowhead was telling me about it. Well, chat told me that Wowhead had something, and then I looked in Wowhead. There is a new buff. Their new toy is called the Flamin' Ring of Flashiness. I do not know what it does. It's an hour-long cooldown. The use effect says, put on a flashy show with an explosive conclusion. And then the flavor text says, fireworks is an easy way to impress the crowd. So, something. RR in Georgia too. Bus picked me up at our drive. My grandma waited with me. Made me hot breakfast every day too. Miss her so much. Aww. That sounds really special. Now that I'm grown up, I eat a hot breakfast every day. Now that I'm grown up, I eat whatever I want. Which apparently is, you know, eggs on toast and bean burgers. Kitty, we're getting fresh broccoli today. You don't eat broccoli, but I do. You don't like the steamer because I have to turn on the big loud fan. Oh, I've gone too far. Gone too far. There we go. So let's see how good this is. That's 14k. Yeah, so it's twice as much experience and twice as many blossoms for doing a hostile fire. So that will start to pick up in pace a little bit. I had to go to a bus stop with people that spoke. Oh! How much of the currency you get from doing all the fires? I don't know from adding... I don't know how many in total. No. If you have many things that you want to collect, and you have alts that you can use to help out, that's a good idea because, you know, you could farm like a couple hundred badges on flowers on one, buy your toy, log onto a new character and do all those same fires again for those same blossoms. But I don't know how many it is in total. Wowhead might know. They've added more fires throughout the years. Fire vendor, Orgrimmar Stormwind? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Stormwind one is kind of behind where the trading post goes. In that same little area on the, off to the, like out front of the Mage District-ish. Oh, one moment, please. Okie dokie. Hi. Did I make it anywhere? I did. I haven't quite nailed the multitask. Whew. This time I even had my phone at my desk. I didn't even have to talk into my watch. Alright, kitty cat. We're going all the way up here. A smarter person than me probably has some kind of a cool skip to get there. Some kind of like a pet battle portal or a... I don't know. Some fancy portal. I'm just gonna auto fly there. There's a fire and loam. Don't know if it's the same vendor. Oh. Oh yeah, you definitely get at least 500. Easy, no problem. I'm assuming that I'm not even going to need to do all of both continents because I've just done this little section down here and I have 45 already. So I think that Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor should more than set you up. Katie, what other stories can I tell? What else happened on my fishing trip? I didn't catch any fish that I wanted to keep, so I threw all the fishies that I caught back. But I did catch a new one that I had never caught before. At the beach on Monday, I caught a sculpin that I am 97.5% sure was a young cabezon, which is a cool fishy. It's I believe Spanish for big head, and then the Latin name translates to very poisonous fish. Not to eat. They're actually apparently quite nice to eat, but it's got some pokies. It's got some spines that'll sting you if they get you. It was the funniest fish that I had caught lately because I didn't realize I had it on my line. I was pulling it in and I kind of thought I had just hooked like a piece of kelp because I could feel some weight on the line, but it wasn't really moving. So I assumed I had picked up some seaweed. And then I got it almost to the surface and it kind of went, and I went, oh, I think I suppose I've caught a fish. Because usually you kind of like, I don't know that there's a fish on the line. But I pulled him in, and he looked all different. And he was 7 inches maybe. Not super big. So I got him off the hook with my gloves on and sent her back to the sea. But I took a real quick picture because I'd never seen one before, and I wanted to ID it later and make sure that was what I had. Because I like trying to figure out what all the different fishies are. I did not lick it, no. It was a very pretty, kind of ugly looking fish, if that makes any sense. It was an ugly in an endearing way, but with like pretty colors. It had like this big bright orange stripe along the bottom of its pectoral fins, and they had like a big wide fan when it flared them out. It was very angry with me, which is understandable, but I sent her home. I think it was a female because she had really wide sides, and I think she might have been carrying eggs, so I think she might go back and be a mama fishy. And I caught some copper rockfish and then one unfortunate sea cucumber that I did manage to safely get off my hook. So I'm not trying to catch them, but sometimes they do come out of the water. I'm curious as to how long this I mean, this is not bad experience. Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to. Oh, it's right up here though, isn't it? Because there's no fire right here. I need to send this zone into the past and or the future. Who's to say which? Hazel Army. Can you help me out, please? Thank you. Imagine if somebody said that you're ugly in an endearing way. I hope Fishy never finds out. I'm sure she's showing her kids her new piercing. Here, salmon and halibut fishing's amazing. Have you ever given it a try? Not so much. I haven't really been fishing on boats. I've been shore fishing. And there are places that you can shore fish for salmon. I just haven't found them yet. Halibut's more of a boat situation, and I have yet to charter a boat or befriend anybody with a boat, so I've been mostly rock fishing this year. But I've been having a wonderful time rock fishing. I like spending the day at the beach. I did drop my phone in the sea. I was having I was perched up on a rock a little bit precariously, and I had my phone on my lap because I had just been looking up different types of crab. I was trying to identify a crab that was in front of me. And then I had a little rockfish that I needed to get sent back into the sea, and I forgot that I had my phone on my lap, and then I dropped it. But it was in a pretty shallow spot, so I was able to get it back, and, you know, no harm done. It's a good thing these things are waterproof. I don't think they're sea waterproof. I think it's probably not a good idea to drop your phone in the ocean, but I'm glad I was able to reach it because I was not about to go swimming, and because that would have been a very expensive mistake, so I'll try and keep a better hold on it. Do you need to refresh your buff when you're near? I think that you need the pole to refresh your buff, don't you? Besides, the buff is only experience from monsters, so I should probably get it back before I go back to like questing, but as long as I'm just flying around doing bonfires, I don't think I really need it. I don't think it's making a difference yet. I think it'll make a difference later. They might have the dancing poles around, though, actually. I used to go back all the way to Stormwind for them. That one. You do get some experience for doing the fire quests. You get decent, half decent. I'm getting 7,000 experience for a friendly fire and 14,250 for a enemy fire. And, yeah, it's not too bad. Gotten the I'm weirdly attracted to you before. Does that count? Yeah, nothing like compliments that are just wrapped in an insult and then people expect you to be like flattered. I don't know. I never got that. Yeah, salmon are pretty tightly regulated, so there's definitely seasons and whatnot for rivers and tidal, and you know, you can bait fish here and you need barbless here, and you can retain one of these if it's over this size and under this size, and etc, etc. I did get the salmon stamp for my license this year just in case I somehow happen to accidentally catch a salmon. I have a chance of keeping it if it's the right kind and size. But I'm probably mostly my white whale so far is I want to catch a lingcod, and I think I had one on the line. I think I had one on Monday that I just didn't land because I had a big fish and I caught it kind of at the right pattern that you would find ling, and I got it almost to the surface, but it got off right at the surface, so I'm never gonna know. But yeah, I want to catch a ling. I need to find out if they're scary. I'm using handy notes for the fires. Handy notes plus the handy so it's Midsummer add-on. It is time for me to water you. You're getting a little dry. This is my peace lily that I have in my window. It came in this little, it's like a regular plastic nursery cup, but it has this little, basically like a Dixie cup, but like with a little bunny print on it. And the bunnies are so cute that I don't really want to pot it up, but it's eventually going to need a bigger pot. I'm gonna water that today. Looks like we might get some more sunshine. All right, that was, yeah, a little 14,000 experience just for the drive-by pet battle. And then there should be fire over here. We're level 63. Ripsy's almost tall as that little human kid. Do you think I'll ever have a boat? Do I strike you as the kind of person, and this is a general question for anybody, do I strike you guys as the kind of person that would one day end up, I feel like it's too much work, especially if it's saltwater. Even if it's a little boat and you're not taking it super far, you gotta like clean your boat. You gotta store your boat. You gotta get gas for your boat, or like, I don't know, charge your boat battery if it's electric or whatever. Like, you need to license your boat. You need, I feel like you need to be able to tow your boat or like carry it or something. I feel like I'm much better off just, you know, finding a favorite fishing charter, or just, you know, making friends with some people that have boats. Why can't I remember how to get to Coltiris? How do I usually get to Coltiris? I usually just take the Borealis portal from Stormwind. If you're a horde, you would have to go to Dazarlor and then take the war boat to port to the enemy zones initially, would be how you would go about doing it. Yeah. Rubber raft and some paddles, yeah. I think the thing I'm most likely to get would be a fishing kayak, like a nice, wide, stable kayak that's built more for stability and room than it is for speed, but something that I can almost carry myself or carry with like one other person that doesn't need quite as much money and maintenance, but because I'm not trying to go out to sea, but it would be nice to be able to paddle around different formations and find places to kind of do this inshore fishing. I think you'll befriend someone with a boat. Cute little rowboat. Grandpa used to go salmon fishing. Hated salmon as a kid. Oh, man. Fresh fish is so good. Think you'll get a boat eventually? Fishing seems like a passion of yours. What if I get the kayak one day and then I find out that I just get wildly seasick? That might be true. Kayaking sounds like it would be a good workout too. I like combining fishing days with like big vigorous hikes. I like getting lots of exercise while I'm out there. There's something real comfy about coming home and then the next day just being absolutely decked from having spent like a whole day out, you know, roaming around doing stuff. I like the one day out and then the one day to recover. It's a good pattern. They do have sea kayaks. Whitewater rafting also fun. Oh, home on the water, fish off the pier. I mean, that is the plan if I, you know, trip and fall onto like $5 million. Is that the plan? It might be. It might not be. That rock kind of looks like a snake. Oh, I see. It's like a dig site. It does look like a snake. It's not an accident. Yeah, makes sense. Had a boat. Money sink. Boat bust out another 1,000. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like between having a car and a cat and, you know, wanting to have a house one day, I probably have enough things to spend money on. I probably don't need another thing to spend money on. I thought of getting a crab pot. Honestly, there was one crab that was like a pretty good sized red looking crab that I was thinking of reaching in and grab and flipping over to see if it was a female or not, because you're only allowed to retain the males here. But I was thinking of checking it out because I looked it up and I'm legally allowed on my title license to hand pick crabs. I can keep up to 4 of them in a day. So I kind of thought about it, but because it looked real yummy, but it also looked really cute. And I do like crab, but also I would have had to get kind of wet. And they're my friends while I'm fishing. I like to hang out with all of the different things in the shore, and I kind of make an our team and their team. You know, like I'm defending them from the seagulls because the seagulls aren't going to come get them while I'm right there. So we kind of have like a deal, you know, like you don't pinch me and I don't let the birds get you for an hour. I love the beach. There's always things happening. Talked quite a lot with my thesis consultant about sailing. Not related to the thesis at all, but port fees are insane around here. Clam digging's no good. There is a toxin in bivalve shellfish here that is present pretty much all of the time that makes them extremely dangerous to eat. I forget what it's called. Red tide something something. It's no good. Not worth trying to figure out whether or not you're in the clear with it. I used to dig clams in season as a kid. I would tear up my hands doing it too because they're kind of sharp sometimes, but it was fun. we doing? We have 115 blossoms. We've made it, I want to say, like a half a level. So you could, you know, extrapolate and say that we're talking like 2.5 levels worth of doing bonfires on an alt. And I don't think rested would impact that, because I don't think quests count for rested. I think rested is monsters. But I think we're probably getting extra quest experience from the Winds of Sanctuary buff, so it's a nice time to do it. Nice little double dip. Yeah, I used to go crabbing as a kid, like on a family member's boat. We would drop crab traps and stuff, and the crab were really delicious. They were kind of scary when you pull them in, though. They're very... I was always very afraid of getting strongly pinched, like having a crab pinch onto me and then being unable to remove it. I don't know what I thought would happen. I don't know if I thought I would just have to like live with that crab forever, or if it was going to like remove a finger, or I don't remember what the panic was all about, but it was a real concern of mine at the time. I must not have all of my flight paths unlocked. I wonder if it's worth heading all the way out over there, if I should just skip that one. Do the denser horde fires up north. Yeah, we can go this way. Scouting map. Yeah, I guess I didn't do it. Do I still have all of my toes? I think so. More or less. Memories of crabbing as a kid. Ropes being so cold, some stiff, some frayed. Yeah. Basically everything to do with fishing and boating is awful on your hands. Everything is abrasive. Everything is sharp. Everything is moving. Nothing is particularly good for your skin or your manicure. That's why I did my nails after I got home. Get torn to pieces a little bit. Guild hates me when I use the scouting map. Oh, you know what? I'm the only person online right now. I thought I must have used the scouting map on this character already, but I'm gonna blast them all just in case, because there's no one else. There's no one else on, so I must have used them. Learned everything from this map. Maybe it doesn't discover every flight point. Maybe that would just happen to be like a random flight point that didn't, because I'm not getting any. Oh, there we go. There's one. Cataclysm. I just had missed the Cataclysm one. That's why. That's what happened there. I had done everything but that one. Weird. Hello. Thank you for your boss guides. Getting my butt through Vault and Avarice. Cheers. Thanks for watching them. I'm glad they're working for you. Kitty cat. She's moved on. I was gonna see if she could greet a new viewer. I need a project. I need something. I mean, I have one thing to do, but I need to pick something to work on. What color are the nails? So don't judge too much because they're messy around the edges. But I did a gradient. I did a gradient. Let me see if I can hide me and then focus in maybe. Yeah. There we go. I did like a dark teal to light teal gradient in the spirit of my water bottle. Because I figured I wanted to try that again. I use a liquid latex like peeling tape to like mask around the edges of my fingers, and I'd never used this particular brand before. And either the stuff sucks or I used it wrong. I'm leaning towards user error. I think I did not put a thick enough layer on, and I did not give it enough time to dry, because it did not want to peel up in one piece. It was a mess trying to get it all off, which is why they're still a little messier on the sides. But I got that done this morning before stream. And I did some dishes. I made some toast. I fed my fishes. What else did I do? I watered a plant. Hot shower. It's nice getting up early. You've got lots of time to do things. How do you do the ombre? Sponge. You can get a little makeup sponge or any other kind of fine sponge. You get it wet. You paint a stripe of each color, and then you just kind of dab it on. I did a base layer of the lighter color first. I learned how to do all this from YouTube years ago. You can look up gradient nails. It's pretty straightforward. But basically you just dab on the two colors with a sponge. And then the point of the liquid latex is that when you're dabbing polish onto your nails with a sponge, you're going to get it all over your finger. So having a barrier that you can peel back that you could also probably do it with like painter's tape if you were really good at getting an even layer there. A straight line, so to speak. But it's just to help you clean up the polish off the rest of your fingers. It does go through more polish. Like if you are somebody that buys one bottle of nail polish and you use the entire thing, it's going to use up more of your bottle than you might be prepared for. But if you are like me and you end up with too many colors and they dry up before you can get through them, then you may as well. One time I went crabbing. My job was to keep them in the buckets as they easily crawled up and out of them. I was freaking out. Hollow taco. I used to. One day I might again, but right now I'm just kind of on a budget. So I'm just kind of using the stuff that I have, and if something's on sale at the drugstore and I'm in the mood for new color, I'll look at it. But she makes great stuff. I'm just being real cheap right now. Do I need Zadormi? I might need Zadormi. That's a good point. Oh, Zadormi's gonna be all the way back there. But what if I didn't need Zadormi? And no, that rares. Yeah, we're in the wrong phase. You're right. You're right. Start polishing the fridge? Oh, probably. I don't want to, though. My fridge is for food. My fridge is for food. Mostly by the time a polish is dried up, I've either used most of it or I've, like, gotten kind of tired of that color. So it's alright. It takes a couple years. You can also get thinner that you can drip into them to kind of make them juicy again if you need to. There's all kinds of workarounds. But I like painting my nails at home. I never really get them done anywhere out because I don't... I don't know. I guess I just don't have faith in somebody else to do them in a way that I would like. But if I did it myself, then I can forgive any and all mistakes. And I'm not so precious about getting them chipped or anything. Barth Vader, thank you for the 8-month resub. Also, PK Wildy had a brand new sub quite a few minutes ago, actually. Thanks. I feel like if I went to a salon and they gave me beautiful nails, I would be like afraid to do anything. And I would nurse them to try to get as long as possible out of them, to the point that I wouldn't be having fun anymore. Can tell a fantastic old Arathi from the hideous new one. I liked new Arathi because I liked farming all the mounts and stuff from it. But it is true. This is the phase that has the bonfires. Going to the beach tomorrow. Going to the grocery store after work to stock up. Planning for a hot pot dinner. Oh, that sounds fun. Sitting at my desk, eating a bagel for lunch. Fill the dead air with your stream. Bagels sound good. I'm getting kind of hungry. I guess it's 11:30. Do I have any plans for lunch? I'm getting groceries delivered later today. I might not wait that long, though. I think I'm too hungry. I should not do baked beans for lunch because I'm making bean burgers for dinner, and I'm going to hit bean capacity. Maximum bean saturation. What else do I have? I had dumplings for dinner last night. That was good. Sometimes I'll buy frozen dumplings. They make, there's a brand called Dumpling Drop here in Victoria where they're handmade in Chinatown. You can get frozen bags of them at the store sometimes. They're not super cheap, but they're really good. And I'll chuck them in my bamboo steamer if I'm looking for something easy and a little extra special for a day off. Love a good medium length coffin nail. So difficult with mechanical keyboard. You're so brave. I would love to have more real estate on my nails within which to do art. I got really into nail stamping a couple years ago and like reverse stamping, and I was doing things that I could have really used some more space for, but I am not somebody that can function with long nails. I've tried. I hate it. I have found that just about the end of my fingers is about as long as I want them to be. If they get much longer than that, I'm not having a good time anymore. So I just kind of make do with my little stubby nails, and I keep them nice and stubby the way I like them. There's world quests on the mainlands. These are bonfires. These are bonfires. I might be misunderstanding. There are also world quests places. Miss when lunch was cheap to buy. Have you ever had soup dumplings? I don't think that I have. I would need to find somebody that makes pescatarian ones. I'm sure there's like a shrimp soup dumpling out there somewhere. Yeah, toenails not so much either. It's no good if they start growing back into your feet. I do like putting the sparkles on them though. Those are just for me. I never wear sandals or any kind of open-toed shoes, so if I'm making my toenails all cute, that's really just for me. I mostly just see them in like the shower and I go, hey, look at that. Hi. Nothing like grating your own toes, but they're sparkly. Sneakers only. Sneakers, shoes, hiking shoes, boots, running shoes. What is a sneaker really? Is a sneaker a running shoe? Is it a runner? Is it a walking shoe? Casual shoe? Anyway, no sandals. I need arch support. I need warmth. I need something that I can wear for far. If I'm going for a walk, I'm going for a walk. Yeah, closed toes only. I have a pair of running shoes for running, walking shoes for walking, and then hiking boots if I'm going to walk real far. Yeah, growing up, we would call them runners or running shoes, but I know different places might call them like trainers or... I don't know. I guess I don't know what a sneaker is. Kind of sounds like something from the past. It's gonna squeak and have gum stuck in the bottom of it. Trainers, I think, is a UK thing, right? Dr. Scholl's plus Crocs. Crocs aren't really made for speed, I've found. I guess I haven't tried one in a long time. I am a fan of gel insoles, though. They work out. They're all shoes to me. I used to like the fantasy of having the right shoe to go with every outfit, and I like pretty shoes. I think they look lovely on people, but I have come to understand that I am not committed enough to my outfits to bless them with the appropriate shoes. I don't really want to pay for the shoes. I don't really want to store the shoes. I don't really want to wear the shoes, and I've come to accept this about myself, so we're okay. I have one pair of tan heels that I can wear if I need to wear something fancy, and those will go well enough with anything, and that'll just have to do. I am probably never going to be a street style model, and that's fine. I'll make up for it with my muffins and my cookies and my gardening. I have some raspberries that might be ready. I didn't tell you. I was robbed. Had to have been a bird. Had to have been a bird. I've been growing raspberries. I've got a little raspberry bush on my balcony. And against all odds, it has been growing berries and they've been ripening. And the first berry that was going to be ripe was nice and big and it looked really pretty. And I was just waiting for it to be ripe. And it was going to be like one more day. No, like I tried to pull it off and I was like, no, that's a little too firm still. Tomorrow is the day. And then tomorrow came and I went out there and it was gone. The little branch that little tiny raspberry had been on had been sheared clean off. Stolen in the prime of its life. Where am I going? This way. Probably a robin. I've been robbed. There will be more, and maybe those will get stolen too. And I am sure that whoever took that berry was hungrier than me. But it was funny because I had been anticipating this particular berry for like weeks. Like I've been watching it grow this whole time, and it was so close. And apparently I was not the only one who was watching that berry. Have to put him in speed mode by dropping the ankle part back. Chunky black heel. Have I ever had chunky black heels? I had chunky black heels on ankle boots. I was an ankle boot person for a while. I used to work in them actually. I would be running around because I figured people would take me seriously if I was like ludicrously tall, and it kind of worked. It's harder for somebody to talk down to you when they have to look up at you. They can manage, but it takes a little bit more doing. But yeah, not so much lately. It came to the point where I realized I wasn't going anywhere that I really wanted to dress up for that much. Like if I was somebody that lived a life where I would go, to lunch, or I would go see a show, see a concert, or go to a festival, or go, I don't know, shopping for candles. If I lived a life where I did those things, then I would probably get cute outfits and wear them, and I go, wow, today I wore these things. And it's occurred to me that I don't do any of that. And I don't particularly want to do any of that, and a lot of those things cost money. So if I'm happy to just kind of roam around town looking for cats in my sweatpants, then far be it from me to change my habits. I appreciate outfits when I see them on other people, but I think I'm okay to just spectate. No, not giant goth ankle boots, just like sensible standard ones. My vaguely goth related tendencies, which were really more emo than goth. I wasn't a true goth at the time, but that did not extend to footwear just because I don't know, your shoes, you had the one pair of shoes and those were your shoes. Nobody was getting fashion shoes really. I had like one pair of sandals that were really strappy with big, like really long black laces that you would like, net around your legs basically, and those were my goth shoes. Is this festival thing in WoW you are doing? Yeah! Yeah, I'm doing Midsummer Fire Festival. I'm flying around doing bonfires to get some experience in my alt and to get 500 blossoms for a new toy that they've added this year. Scene kid? Scene happened a couple of years after I was done with school. My understanding was that scene fashion was very similar to emo fashion, but it involved a little bit more color. There was more rainbows and neon involved. Emo is kind of like in between, where it was a little more, I don't know, a little more whimsical than the straight like Victorian goth fashion, but it didn't have a ton of color in it just yet. It was still mostly black. Did you have Spartan sandals? My sister had some gladiator sandals. I did not. What did I have? I was a sports sandal kind of kid. Like if I had kid and teenager, like if I was wearing sandals, you know those like foam platform, and then you'd get like the rectangular straps with the Velcro. There would be two of them that go over the top and then one around the back of your heel. I don't know what this is trying to explain. Those were great because they would stay on. They were easy to put on. They would dry off if you got them wet. And they weren't going to fall off your feet, and they also didn't floss between your toes. I was not a big flip-flop kind of person because I did not care for the blisters you would get from having a thing hang on between your big toe and your second toe. No Doc Martens. No, I don't think I heard of them until later. Velcro is awesome. No more shoe-tying tyranny. At least we all learned some HTML from MySpace. I skipped MySpace. I don't know how. I don't know what I was doing when everybody else was doing MySpace, or we just didn't hit my community that hard. You know, like the plague. There's a fire to desecrate over here, and then I'll say I've done most of them. I'm probably not going all the way into... Oh, you know what? You don't have to go all the way into Undercity, actually. Speak to Zadormi. Oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just do the Kalimdor. How do I want to get to Kalimdor? I think I might take a pet battle portal. I might go to Dalaran and then take like the Wailing Caverns port or something. AIM? MSN. MSN Messenger was my go-to IM service as a young person. Learned HTML from Neopets. Will I play official hardcore? I don't have any plans to, but I wouldn't say no. I'll give it a week maybe. I'll give it a don't get your hopes up, but I won't rule it out. 64. There we go. Away messages. The door creaking every time someone logs on. Nostalgia blast. The away messages were something else. Oh man. Passive aggressive. Oh my gosh. When somebody was fighting with somebody else and they would write about it, but not directly, but you would know. Or you would like link a song and be like, you know who you are. It was so much. Oy. Alrighty, I'm going to Kalimdor. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Excuse me, you send me to Wailing Caverns. The drama of high school. Do you know if there's a mount tracker add-on? There's a couple of different add-ons that track mounts. I have an enhanced mount journal. The way that I usually go browse to see the mounts that I don't have, though, and figure out which ones I want to get, is I will look on fan sites instead, like third-party websites. So I'll go to simplearmory.com, or I'll go to Data for Azeroth, are both good ones. I tend to prefer Simple Armory for mount collecting. And it'll show me my mount collection laid out in a really clear interface, and I can see I have these ones, I'm missing these ones. Here is where the ones that I'm missing are from. Off to get kiddo from summer job. Laters. See you later. Yeah. This one. Yeah, we're doing pretty good here, actually. For some reason, well, it's because I didn't know there was going to be a new toy. I had not factored in the fire collecting into my alt leveling plans. Slice and dice could heal me. Yeah. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not like I'm doing all that much slice and dicing right now. Miss MySpace. Miss being able to change the way it looks. Velcro ones you could use to wade through low streams with your dog. Yeah, something like that. I'd wear him to the lake, and I'd be able to get him wet. I'd be able to wear them into the lake if I wanted to. Although I'm pretty sure I had water shoes. Dragonflight worth it? It is if you want to play Dragonflight. I think it's a great expansion, but I say that every time. You in the mood to play some WoW? More information about the source. Yeah, there are different add-ons like all the things that will help you find where to get things that you need. But there isn't anything that puts it into like a super easy interface the way that like Simple Armory does. A lot of them are going to kind of raise more questions than answers, at least at first, for a returning player. Do I want to go to Orgrimmar? I think I might skip it. I think we might head south, kind of do a little bit of this action. How are we doing? 230. We are just about halfway there in the Burning Blossoms. Do I have a least favorite expansion? Yeah. Mine is Legion, and I tend to raise some eyebrows with that. Just a little bit. Everybody gets an opinion, but it just wasn't my favorite one to play through. A lot of the things that people really loved about it, because it was a very popular, well-received expansion, but the things that people really liked about it didn't click with me super well, and I just felt a little bit busy and overwhelmed with it. I like them all except Warlords. Yeah, I liked Warlords too. Warlords was great at getting out of my way and not asking me to do anything because there was like no content after the first patch. So I was leveling alts, I was making money with the mission tables, I was doing PvP. Because there wasn't really much to do, I made my own fun, and that was kind of nice. If it was BFA, get looks. Oh, BFA was one of my top ones as well. It was fantastic. There were a couple of things that I didn't like about BFA, but they were pretty minor annoyances. And overall, I had a wonderful time in the raids and the dungeons and the outside. And I liked island expeditions. I liked all the collecting. BFA was phenomenal for collecting. It was good for gold making too. I had a great gold making expansion. Yeah, I liked WoD raids too. Although I like Shadow. I think they've been making good raids. What was my least favorite raid? Probably Sanctum of Domination, but I don't think it's that the fights were awful. I think I was just kind of depressed and there was a bit grim colored. Story and cutscenes in BFA. Yeah, Mechagon 8.2 was a monster of a patch. Just absolutely massive. It could have easily been 2 patches. Yeah, Crucible of Storms was a little bit, yeah, that wasn't, it was a bit hard, and it had kind of an awkward groove to sit on as like this sort of in-between raid. I wonder if they're less likely to do those again, if they would rather fill those in-between gaps with things like, you know, we're getting these paracausal trinkets in 10.1.5, or we had the Annulet Ring in whatever, like in between raids, if they're happier to just kind of give us different content as opposed to like a little itty bitty baby raid. It seems like people are keeping busy enough. Let's do this and then kind of zigzag down. Tess or Elizabeth, thank you very much for the 26-month resub. Now I think about it, don't dislike any expansions. Pretty hard to displace me, happy to be here. It's a good way to live. It's a good way to live. We only get so much time. It's nice to be happy. Didn't like Shadowlands at all. Shadowlands had a lot of kind of irritating systems that you had to kind of work around. Covenants in their first iteration and the way that they stayed for a while were definitely limiting in a way that was annoying. One new boss every tier raids, HOA BH style. Yeah. I like what Dragonflight's done. And Shadowlands. But I don't know. I'm happy with like a medium-sized raid once in a while. They haven't, as far as I can tell, they haven't sat us on like a year-long raid tier in a little bit. They actually got Dragonflight out before we'd been in. I think the greatest hit season 4 of Shadowlands really helped to kind of keep you busy or keep, you know, if you wanted to be raiding, there was sort of something fresh to mess with or fresh-ish. Fresh-ish? Yeah. to mess with while waiting for Dragonflight, so we haven't had like another Dragon Soul situation or, you know, Hellfire Citadel. That's I think what usually really becomes a drag, is when it's been the same raid for like a year. What's your take on Aberrus? I like it a lot. It seems easier to learn, and I think that's a good thing. I am okay to have a simpler raid that is easier to learn and get through. And then I was able to do it on a couple of vaults. It seems a little bit more puggable. It's got some cool fights. I had a great time. I'm happy with that. Seems like it would be easier to get into for a newer raider too, which is nice. For the fires, I'm getting a little bit of experience, and I'm collecting these burning blossoms. I need 500 of them to buy a toy that's new this year. Jiggles Jr. for the Fated mount. Not going to talk about Sepulchre. I like Sepulchre. It had a little bit of trash. The tuning was kind of a mess, but for me, as like a normal / heroic raider, it just meant it took us longer to get through heroic. By the time that we had gotten to heroic Halandris and whatever, it had been nerfed into the ground. The world first race was a disaster. But I'm just lucky enough that I wasn't working it. I wasn't involved in any way, so I was able to go, wow, oof. Those are some long hours. Good night. So it didn't personally ruin my day, but yeah, it took way too long. It was way too hard. Loved watching World First Race rage during Sepulchre. It was something to talk about, that's for sure. Do I want to go to the Thunderbluff one? Maybe. You do get something decent for the City Flame, I think. If they release Cataclassic, will you pass on that as well? Oh, probably. I don't think they would do Cataclassic, though. I mean, I've been wrong a million times. I said they'd never do regular Classic. Do you guys think they would do Cataclassic? I don't think I would play it. I think I think that Modern WoW is enough for me, and I'm happy enough in Modern WoW to stick with it. Aberrus has been fun. I'll do anything there's an audience for. I'm imagining Cataclassic being a re-release of Cataclysm, but kind of in an alternate universe where they didn't add... Oh, yeah, no, I can't fly over that. Where they didn't add things like... You know... Uh-oh. Owie. Whoa! Where they didn't add things like, you know, Raid Finder, for example, which happened at the end of Cataclysm, or... You know... Still group finder and stuff, like make people pug, like the re-released Garub and Zolomon, that kind of thing. But just doesn't seem like it's for me. I think they got some strong feedback against it. You think they will, but that'll be the cutoff? Retail WoW with Chromie time? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that I don't know what's going to happen next with Classic, because there's definitely an appetite for there to always be something new. I think Hardcore has kind of thrown them a bone and giving them a different thing to like have be the thing, you know, like Seasons of Mastery. I think they could probably just stick with what they have and just do Seasons of Mastery and Hardcore servers. Wrath was the expansion that added Group Finder, but I think, and I could be wrong, I've never played it, but I think that when they did Wrath Classic, they decided to omit that. I don't think Wrath Classic has it. I could be wrong. Can you replay with new characters already in retail? Yeah, like Cataclysm questing is available. I do it all the time when I'm leveling alts. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. No Dungeon Finder, but an LFG tool. Yeah, it seems like... And they could keep, you know, re-releasing the expansions in that way, but it becomes real iffy. I think Cataclysm was kind of the border of when Modern WoW started. What I would be very curious to see is if they ever decide to develop new content in the old ethos and do, like, something new, but still part of Classic. That would be interesting. I don't know if it would get... It probably wouldn't get me to play it, but it would be an interesting direction for them to take. Because, like, what else can they really do aside from just, you know, keeping it maintained and doing Seasons of Mastery and the hardcore servers? They can come up with other game modes, I suppose, but one thing that I think drives hype for Classic is whenever there's, like, an event that everybody can rally around and it's like, oh, hey, this thing is happening. What are you going to play when this thing comes out? And in the absence of a new expansion to launch, then there's only so many kind of endpoints that you can give people, because without an endpoint, I think it's hard to get new momentum for classic servers, because it's more fun to do it when everybody else is also doing it together because of how group-based it is. And if it gets kind of dead and you're jumping in to, you know, level all by yourself only to reach a dead raiding scene where you can't really get into a molten core guild or whatever, it's much harder to ask somebody to do that. The idea has been called Classic Plus. If that would retcon everything that happened after MOP, I would be down. I hadn't even thought of the story implications. I feel like if you wanted to, you could just timeline explain it away. They're flexible enough with that kind of storytelling, I think. What time is it? Oh, it's almost lunchtime. That's why I'm so hungry. How are we doing? We made it to 285 blossoms. We're about halfway through level 64. I can't tell. I think this is slower than the questing I was doing in the Dragon Isles, but not wildly so. And I also need to get these blossoms done eventually anyways, so. Neat to see them use that breathing room to throw in quests with story originally relegated to novels. Oh, thanks, Mr. Dream. Feralus. It's nice out here. I have a soft spot for just the green forest zones. I like Feralus and Ashenvale. Darkshore too. It's just, there's something nice about quiet trees, mountains, deer. Can't imagine why. Silithus might be another Zadormi situation. Yeah. Because of the whole kebab situation. Hinterlands. Still remember when Dire Maul was released. Yeah, what sort? Oh, that? Oh, no. That's what we like to call an owie. Don't worry about it. That's awesome. It's fun getting to spend some time a little bit with my old flying mounts that I haven't been able to use since dragon riding. I miss them. Especially something like this that I don't imagine this is top on the list for dragon riding animations. It would be sick. Did I build it? There is a version of it that you kind of build. This particular one drops from the dungeon, though. This drops from Mythic HK8 in the Operation Mechagon dungeon. It'd be so cute if it did. It's got like its little spinny animation, so it could probably use that if it wanted to surge forward. What if it just like squinched its little legs together to you know, do the chicken wing zoom forward thing? Apparently I can't talk about flying. I don't have the bird words. Uses technically the Rylac skeleton. Alright, excuse me. Zadormi, I have a problem. There we go. Flappin's mechanical wings. Stubby wings! I think of that every time I look up and see a little float plane. There's a fair few little seaplanes that would just kind of go places around, and I don't know. I'm just happy they stay up. Alright. And then another one over here. This zone used to be awful to quest in. Why would I level here? I would sometimes quest and level characters through here. It must have been ages ago when there were only so many options for getting through those levels, like before they did zone scaling. I think I must have sometimes quested a character from like 55 or something, whatever it would have been. I don't know. They've done the skips at all different. They've squished it too many times for me to remember what's what anymore. Jacob, thank you for the 23-month resub, nearly at 2 years. Giant bugs. Yeah. I like how they're wiggling. They're just trying to keep their circulation going. Seaplanes they use around there, probably either beavers or otters. Aw, that's kind of cute. The cultist grind thing. Yeah, they also like dropped some Mog or something, didn't they? Wasn't there like an armor set that you could only get from grinding cultists out there? I remember doing something to that effect. Yeah. It's a good thing I have all the things off where I would be checking to see what sort of things my rogue is missing from these zones and be like, hang on a second. If I just go do 11 quests, I can get a dagger transplant. Hold up, everybody. We are over halfway to 500. It definitely, I mean, I do have these northern bonfires to do also, but it's definitely not, it's definitely going to take me more than just Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. Luckily, there's also bonfires all over Northrend, Broken Isles, Pandoria. You know, we've got other places we can go to. Is this a daily thing? Not daily. Once per year. It's annual. You can visit the bonfires and get your blossoms. So as long as this event is up, each character could do this once. I'm probably not going to do it on my other alts. I think I'm just going to get my 500 blossoms, buy my toy, and then level the rest of them the old-fashioned way. I'm also going to get myself to Tanaris and then probably stick her in an inn and call it. I'm getting kind of hungry. The Ahun Dungeon Daily too. Oh, should I do that? Frostlord Ahun. Is it good experience? It's like some experience. We would get a satchel of chilled goods. I forget what you can get from doing that. I must have it all. I'm pretty sure I have like the scythe and the enchant and everything. I wonder what the DPS queue time is. 13 minutes. I'm never going to make it. I am too hungry to wait for 13 minutes. Yeah, too bad the blossoms are soulbound. Oh, I guess I'll get some blossoms for doing the dungeon daily, though. I'll get a few blossoms from that. Scythe is super cool. Played Classic up to AQ. The grind in that zone was the hippest place to be for both factions. Wonder what I'm going to spend my dragon shards on. You can vendor dragon shards? I suppose you can. 200 gold. Eat the people that are in front of you in the queue. I love the music from here. I kind of want to level another alt in Tanaris. Maybe I'll send one of my new ones out. I want to level more alts from scratch. I'm sick of 60 to 70, which is why I'm doing it first. I'm trying to get all my 60s done, or at the very least out of rested before I start anything fresh, because I know if I let myself do new ones, I'll never get to this. Okay, 64 and a good chunk, 330. We can work on more of it. We can work on more of it tomorrow if I don't get it done first. I am going to wrap up for today, though. I will be back tomorrow morning with another weekday WoW stream. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company. If you want to watch VODs on YouTube, I do have a separate YouTube VOD channel for that now. I will link it in the chat window. We're trying to crawl our way up to 1,000 subscribers on it. We're up to about 700 or so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.